Is an interesting game coming up. Very interesting game coming up. We're going live and we are smack bang ready to rock and roll. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKR Sport. We are here ready for the West Tigers taking on the New Zealand Warriors in a game that is very difficult to read. It is near on impossible for anyone to have a genuine clue about what we are going to witness in this game today. It is literally as 50-50 as they do come. Both teams have the ability to win. Both teams definitely have the ability to lose. It is just, a bit of potato, tomato. We're all over the shop, man. So, really looking forward to what we can see today. It could be a drab of a game, but I'm going to go on the positive side. And I'm going to say it's going to be a great game. I was at the Taj Mahal this morning, so I'm in a fantastic mood because that place is absolutely incredible, man. So, I'm in a fantastic mood and ready to rock and roll here for some good rugby league to finish off round 4 of the NRL season. We are absolutely bucketing through it now. We're about 2-3 weeks away from having a good idea about how teams are playing on a consistent level. Usually look for around round 6, round 7. I usually look more so to round 7 because that's 5 games. You get 3 good games and 2 bad games, or 4 bad games and 1 one good game kind of deal. Like, you just get more of a mix and you can have a majority rather. Actually, wait a second. That's not even mathematically what it is. Oh, well, I'm mathematically an idiot. How about that one? I'm going to go with that one because that would be 7 rounds in, so you'd have like 4 and 3. Hey, listen, like I said, mathematically an idiot. Let's get into the 2 teams here today, the Tigers and the Warriors, who obviously are playing at Campbelltown Sports Stadium in Sydney, which is the home for the West Magpies, not the Balmain side of the merger there. So it is the West side of things. And let's get into the 2 team lineups. So obviously, guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Let me know in the chat who you think wins this game. And don't just tell me that you're going to go the Tigers because you're a Tigers fan, or a Warriors just because you're a Warriors fan. Who do you actually genuinely believe wins this game? And let me know by how much in the chat. Now, the Tigers, they come into this game from 7th position. The Warriors come into this game from 9th position. Whoever wins this will actually go into an absolute logjam of teams that are currently on 6 points, because the only team that's above is the Bulldogs on 8. And then you've got the Broncos, Storm, Titans, Rabbitohs, Knights, and now Manly, who are on 6 points. And then whoever wins out of the Tigers and the Warriors will then also join those teams. So it will be just a straight up top 8 there, where the separator will be by about 2 points in the end. But obviously, again, this is round 4, so who gives a shit about the ladder? But it's just to be consistent and say, hey, listen, this is what the ladder will look like after this one does finish. Now, the ins here for the Tigers, Solomona Fa'atape, with the out being Gerald Skelton. The fullback is the dream baller, the Fijian flyer, with the wingers being Sunyo Turuva, another Fijian flyer, and Solomona Fa'atape. You go to the centres of Adam Dwayhe and Stafford Toa. 5'8", Lachlan Galvin, and the halfback is Jerome Luai, the captain. Go to the props, Terrell May and Fanua Pole, with the number 9, Apisai Koroisau. The back row is Samuela Fainu and Alex Seyfarth as well, with Alex Twal as the 13. Interchange of Talon De Silva, Royce Hunt, Jack Bird, and Sione Fainu, with Latu Fainu as the 18th man replacement, and the coach being the legend Benji Marshall. Look, this team is much improved from what it has been in previous years. It's not the same team that we have seen in previous years where you can just bolster and guarantee them for a loss every single week. Am I convinced and 100% all there in on the Tigers just yet? No, but we're only 3 rounds in. This is the 4th round of the season for the Tigers. So, look, I just need to see it consistently go. I don't have them right now in the last place, which is an absolute positive. I don't quite have them at the top 8 just yet, but I do have them improved on what we've seen, and they can just continuously go up from here. So that is a good sign. Now, their spine's actually really good. They've got Dream Buller, they've got Lachlan Galvin, Jerome Luai, and Apisai Koroisau. That is one of the better spines in the game. Galvin is a fantastic up-and-comer. Jerome Luai's experience through Samoa, through winning 4 premierships in a row at the Panthers. Apisai Koroisau is a multiple premiership winner and has been their best player for years, despite the fact that the Tigers have been really poor and won 3 wooden spoons in a row. And Dream Buller didn't really hit it last year like he did in his rookie year. Jeez, I've got to mute this. Dearie me, that's just distracting me. Let's move that there, and then there. All right, we get rid of that. Dream Buller didn't really hit it too much last year. I want to see him absolutely smack it down because I know how good of a player he can be. Obviously, my daughter is Return Fijian, so I'm always getting around the old Fijian butty when they're playing, and Dream Buller is a great player for them. Look, that 2-3-5 is defensively a massive liability for sure, but they can also attack. So that is a good start for the Tigers because there's been years and years where they haven't had anything, not attack, not defense. They've been balanced on the complete bottom scale of the system. Now, at least they've got some good attackers here in Sunuturuva. Stafatoa, he's 50-50, but he can get up for it. He is decent, and when he wants to be, he can be a really good player. Adam Dway, he unfortunately just injuries have kind of derailed a lot of his career, but he is cracking on, and Fa'atape is fine. But defensively, I do look at that and I worry. Look, I think that the biggest issue for the Tigers right now is still their forwards. Terrell May is a massive inclusion, and Apisai Kotorisau was an incredible hooker. Fanor Boyle is fine. Sam Wallafain is fine. Alex Seyfarth and Alex Twal, I'm not a big, not too heavy on in regards to Seyfarth and Twal. So I think that is their biggest issue right now. Royce Hunt off the bench is huge. Their bench is fine. I do like Talon da Silva. Obviously, Apisai Kotorisau is their hooker, but Talon da Silva is a great little rotation hooker that does help out, and he will be their future in that number 9 role. So if I look at the team, look, yeah, 2-5 defensively is a little bit how you're going, but the forwards, they are showing some good signs, and I do love a bit of Samuela Fainu out of those guys as well. Now, for the Warriors, on the other hand, you've got Bunty Afu, Edward Kosi, and Damari Martin, who are in, with the outs being Dylan Walker, Jacob Laban, and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. You got the fullback with Chance Neil Krukstad, with the wingers Tane Twalpiki and Edward Corsi. The centres are Ali Litawa and Adam Pompey. 5'8" is Channel Harris Tavita. Halfback Luke Metcalf, with the front row forwards being James Fisher-Harris, who is the captain, and Mitchell Barnett. Number 9, Wade Egan. The back row is Kurt Catewell and Murata Niakore, with my boy, the bopper himself, Aaron Clark, who's been having a great year for the Wires. I know how good he is. He was at my Titans, obviously. Neil Well, great human being, and just a really solid damn well player who's going to throw everything at the line for you. So really be happy that you got him back there to New Zealand. He's back home in Auckland. Now, the interchange, Jackson Ford, Dimitri Vayamauga, Lika Haulasima, and Bunty Ford. Get around him. What a big bopper. And then you got the 18th minute replacement of Tamati Martin, with the coach being Andrew Webster. The Warriors, geez, I do think there's a bit of X factor in their team. I do think there's a bit of something about them. But look, the opening couple of rounds, besides let's go back here and have a look at the Warriors season so far, because they have won 2 and lost 1, which is a good sign. They got pumped by the Raiders 30-8 in Vegas, but Vegas was a throwaway round. I was in Vegas. It was a great time to be there, but especially when you're there, you know how much of a throwaway round that is. And I guess for people back home as well watching, if you didn't know it was a throwaway round, you really should have considered it a throwaway round. So, look, I don't look too heavily at that Raiders-Warriors game in that one. But then, obviously, the Warriors then got a win against Manly 36-16 and beat the Roosters at 14-6. Now, look, Roosters aren't a team to be writing home about and saying, wow, we beat the Roosters. I can tell you that from first experience right now. But Manly is a good team that they beat. Now, Manly haven't no one's actually looked unbelievable this season. I think the best performance so far for the season might even be that Dogs performance against the Sharks last night, despite the refereeing controversy of that win against the Sharks. I just didn't think the Sharks were good enough, but the refereeing was just absolutely atrocious from Chris Butler in the bunker. But outside of that, I think the Bulldogs probably had the best performance of the season so far as an individual team, and kind of what they're doing or what they're trying to achieve. So everybody else, and even the Bulldogs throughout the season so far haven't looked great. So this season is well open. If you want it enough, anyone can win this season. Honestly, unless your name is the Eels or the Kikage, the Dolphin. Unless your name is the Parramatta Squirrel or the Kikage, you're gone. Yeah, those two gone. Everybody else, maybe they've got a bit of something, and the competition is completely open. Top 8 is completely open right now, and even at the top of the table, man, I tell you, it is a wild little start here in regards to the underdog teams getting up and all that kind of jazz. But look, yeah, the Warriors are a team that do have some talent in the likes of Tane Twalpiki, Chance Neil Krukstad. I love Ali Litawa. I do think their 2-3-5 is still probably one of the weaker across the competition, though. I will say that. I don't think it's as dominating as you'd probably want in that 2-3-5 area. The 1, 6, 7, and 9 is fine. It's probably around that middle area, maybe a little bit lower, but it's nothing too extraordinary in regards to on paper. Because at the end of the day, we are looking at on paper here, but their forward pack is actually really good. They've got Fisher-Harris, who is a New Zealand international. I think he might even be New Zealand captain, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Also won the 4 premierships in a row with the Panthers, and he's come across there and is a big inclusion for the Wires. Wade Egan is a very solid hooker. Mitchell Barnett is a very solid front rower. Has been back row in his career, so he can mix it up in positions too. Kurt Cateweller has been in Origin. Nia Corey's fine. You know, he's okay. He can get there sometimes. And Aaron Clark is a real solid player as well, who I think has had a crack for New Zealand. I know he's played for the Māori All-Stars, but I don't know if he's played for New Zealand. He might have. Let me know in the chat if he has. So yeah, look, I like their forward pack. I think their forward pack, if I'm going to say between the Tigers and Warriors forward pack, I think the Warriors win that battle. If I'm looking at the spine, I'm taking the Tigers in that battle. And then if I'm looking at that 2 through 5, or if you want to just go the 1 through 5 in general, I probably would take, damn, that's 50-50. That's a wash. Actually, that's a wash for me, because there are some good players here. There's some good players here. It's just a bit of a wash in regards to they're both at a similar kind of, from an outsider's perspective, they do look similar in a lot of ways. So it's a very difficult game to predict this one. If you think that the spine is too good for the Wars, then you go the Tigers. If you think that the forward pack for the Warriors is going to push that Warriors team over the line, get them into that attacking 20, and then the Warriors are going to be able to break the Tigers down, then you tip the Warriors. Damn, this is a tough one. Who am I going to predict here? And then I'll quickly get into the ladder before the game does start in 5 minutes' time. Oh, damn. Coming into this stream, I was going to tip the Tigers. I'm getting like a bit of a gut feeling right now that the Warriors do it. And so many times this season, I have gone against my gut feeling. Like when the Roosters damn well when Warriors beat Manly, I wanted to tip the Warriors, but I didn't do it. I thought the Roosters are going to compete. I didn't think they would win. I wanted to tip the Warriors, but I still went with Manly, and then I got egg on my face, but I did have that gut feeling. You know, there's been multiple games. The Raiders against the Broncos. But then again, I did tip the Raiders. Did I tip the Raiders? Anyway, we're going to claim I did. But I was saying to you guys, I think the Raiders are going to get up for this one against the Broncos, and they ultimately whooped them in the end. So, and then the Cowboys against the Raiders this week. So, look, I got to go with my gut feeling in this, and I will go the Wars, but I came into this stream thinking the Tigers would win. So, it's completely 50-50. It's literally up in the air. Whoever you support, you're tipping, and for the neutrals out there, you're just going to go with who your gut is. You really are. You're just going to go with your gut. Now, let's quickly get into the ladder here that really doesn't mean too much, but we'll just say it for the reason of the fact that the ladder is still existing in round 4. If the Tigers are to win this game, they would go up to 6 points. Now, they've got a great points differential of plus 36. So, they would immediately go above the Titans into 5th position, because the Titans are actually in 5th right now, because Manly won. That ladder's just not updated yet. Manly, I believe, are in 2nd. Actually, I should update that right now while we're here, while the game hasn't started yet. Let's update it. Not that I want to do that, but I'm going to do that, even though it drops my Titans out of that 4. Gee whiz, Parramatta. I blame Parramatta. It's always Parramatta's fault. It's always the Parramatta Squeals. It is. It's your fault, man. Shit, Parramatta. Next time, don't suck more, man. Dearie me. Really? Seriously? Get a grip. But anyway, so that's updated now. So the Tigers, if they would win this game, they have plus 36. The next, they would actually probably go above the Storm. So the Storm are in 4th with 38 plus. So if they just win by 3 or more, they go above the Storm into the top 4. They would have to win by about 10 points to go above the Broncos into 3rd. And they would have to win by about 18 points to go above Manly. They can't go above the Dogs. So is there a chance they go above Manly? Listen, I'm not completely against a big score here for either one of these two teams. I don't think that'll happen, but I could see a world where they definitely finish in 3rd if they win by 10 points. That's a pretty reasonable scoreline. 18 is not completely out of the question. But again, I don't think so. If the Tigers lose this game, however, they would have to lose by 17 or more to go below the Sharks. The Warriors would go above them, obviously. So the Tigers would go into 9th. They would have to lose by about 40 points to go below the Dragons. So more than likely, they'd be sitting in 8th. But again, the same thing goes for the Warriors against the Tigers. They could get a big win too. So is 17 out of the equation, 18 out of the equation? Not necessarily. So there is a world where they finish in 9th, but they're more than likely, there is a world they finish in 10th, but they more than likely will finish in that 9th position with a loss. Warriors, on the other hand, their points differential is not as good, so they've got plus 6 and they're on 4, so they would have to win by 16 or more to go above the Titans. Otherwise, they just immediately jump above the Rabbitohs, Knights, and the Tigers and the Sharks. They would have to win by 32 or more to go above the Storm. So good luck with that one. But is it out of the equation? I'm not throwing anything out of the equation in this game. So more than likely they'll be finishing in 6th position, but obviously there is a chance of being in 5th and technically 4th. And technically there is a chance of Broncos, but I doubt it. If they lose this game, they would have to lose by about 8 to go below the Dragons. And they would have to lose by about 10, 11 to go below the Raiders. They'd have to lose by about 20 to go below. Oh, no, they can't go below the Panthers. The lowest they could go is 12. And that's not out of the... That's completely within realm because that's only about a 12 point swing. So yeah, there you go. There's a lot of review and analysis right there. I did my preview. I have absolutely no idea who to tip, but I've gone the wires on a gut feeling. Let's get to the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Fire it up. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And go to Titans. Go to Titans. Fire it up. Dazmate says, have a look at all those... Oh, shut your mouth. This is the first comment I have to deal with. This is the first comment I have to deal with from Dazmate. For people who don't know, that's our local Dogs fan here in the old Dazmate. Deary me. Have a look at all those peasants below the Dogs. I think it's time we acknowledge our tribal chief, the Kings of the West, the Dogs of War. Kind regards, first name Daz, last name Mate. Thank you, Daz, last name Mate. Firstly, shush, but also secondly, are you West? Is Belmore classified as, like, are the Canterbury Bulldogs a Western team? Western Sydney team? Because, like, obviously I think of Parramatta. I do think of Panthers. You do think of the West Tigers with their Campbelltown section specifically. Maybe I'm just not... I'm from the Gold Coast, so maybe I'm just not exactly too geographically, up there with Sydney. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's too west, but maybe I could be completely wrong. By the way, the weather hasn't been great in Sydney, so it might be a low-scoring game too. But I could see a lot of points in this one if it's not as wet weather as the Manly game looked like at one stage. Wayne stretches Warriors for the win. I've got a gut feeling, but I have no clue. I'm going to put my hand up and say I don't know shit. Like I think I try my best to know something, but it doesn't mean you know anything. So the Tigers will kick this ball off. Like I said, thumbs up, subscribe. Warriors will get the ball, and it's going to be Mitchell Barnett brings the ball back here to the 15. Ahoy, folks. I've no horse in this race. I'm a Rabbitohs fan, but I reckon Warriors win by at least 7. Do you have any benefit here? Either way, one of these two teams jumps you, so it don't really matter. Yeah, you're right. Second time, I guess you just look at it in the sense of, one, just enjoy it, but also, secondly, you look at it in the sense of who you think is going to be more competitive long-term. You probably want them to lose. That's probably how you would think of it there. So third tackle, now fourth tackle here for the Warriors, and James Fisher-Harris brings it to the 40. William Gleason says, Tigers 26-10, go Tigers. Not out of the equation. Don't think so, but not out of the equation for sure. Could easily be a 13 plus either way here, and definitely could be a 1-12 either way. That's how close this game is pre-game, but after the game, we'll get the result for us, you know what I'm saying? So first tackle, Dream Buller, he'll get this ball to the 5, and the Lions take it back in goal! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That is a great start there from the Warriors. They just grab Dream Buller and say, get your bitch ass back in that in goal and take him in. So it's going to be a dropout here from the Tigers to the Wars. Condor says, let's go to the Tigers. This is their first real challenge. Is it? I hope they can pull it off. I disagree. I wouldn't necessarily say the Wars are a huge challenge. Actually, I've got to refresh that live score, and I've got to change my time zone back from India to Australia, so that it doesn't give you the wrong, so it's not giving you the wrong one. But the Tigers are going to get the short dropout. The Tigers are going to get the short dropout. The Wars all over the place right now. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Date and time, set times and automatically take that off. Put it to Bris Vegas, not Muppetville. And we are in Bris Vegas now. In Bris Vegas. Tigers bring this ball out, third tackle to the 25. Crazy that the Wars allowed that to happen. Okay, there you go. See, that live score is has got the actual time there now. Blaze, have you booked your grand final tickets yet? I have. Oh, mate, I've absolutely slept the grand final tickets down. I'm going to have to skip through a few comments here, guys, because obviously we started 15 minutes and there's a whole bunch of comments there, so I'll skip down a few. If you insulted me, haha. If you didn't insult me, well, get with the times, mate. Start. Come on, hurry it up. So fifth tackle, the Tigers kick it down. The Wars will grab this ball at the 5. 2.5 minutes in. But yes, of course I got grand final tickets, mate. I booked them last year. Robert says, evening, C-Raj. Evening, Drag Queen. Alagan Ballsack says, Dogs will win the comp, obviously. Oh, my gosh. Who's playing them next week? Someone beat them. Someone beat it, please. Second tackle and Dane to off Vicky to the 40. Nervous for this one, to be honest. Sashin, I know how you feel as a Warriors fan, as a Titans fan. Good run there from the Wilds to the 50. Every game is a nervous one, man. You know, like the Titans are going to be heavy favourites against the Dolphins next week. The Dolphins are 0-4. The Titans are 2-1, coming off a good win-ish against the Roosters. It's going to be, here we go, Wise on the right-hand wing. Here's a chance. Tank to Picky at the 25. He cuts back. Taking up the 20, fifth tackle. And I'm not confident at all. We could be $1.40 favourites and it would make me sick. It would make me sick to see that. 0-4, 1-2, 2-1, sorry. Tigers go the ball at the 9. Condor says ingest test for the Tigers so far. I don't think this is the best test for. Well, like who have the Tigers played again? They played the Eels, so yeah, sure, okay. You're like that's not a test at all. The only test there is your patience having to watch a Parramatta Eels game for the 480 because your team's playing the Knights. Actually, you're right. Yeah, look, the Wars are the best team the Tigers have played. Yeah, Knights. I don't even know how the Tigers lost that game, considering the Knights had a completion rate less than 60%. But you are right. The Knights, the Eels, and the Dolphins are not tests. And like the Warriors are a middle of the ground. So as someone said last week, the Tigers bumping up from those three teams, and the Knights are a bit better than those two teams that I said as well, the Eels and Dolphins. But actually, because they got whooped by us last week, and then they had to bye this week. But the Wars would be a step up from those three teams. So I would agree, because those three teams aren't exactly. You could make an argument for the Knights being in a similar position. Rider 3001 says Wars towards get it done. Second tackle for the Warriors, the 50. They get a really good attack, field position in this game. I can't believe they lost that dropout. That would have been huge for them to make that first tackle, drag him back in goal, get the dropout, get the ball. That would have been absolutely massive. Third tackle, and James Fisher-Harris, he runs his ball, gets a bump off of Fanua Bole. That was nice. Here we go. Here's a chance for the Warriors. They're away at the 15, the 10, the 5. Time for the Warriors. It's Adam Pompey, I think it is. I think it's Adam Pompey here for the Warriors, and they will lead 4-0 here with a kick to come. Adam Pompey is the one who scores there. So it is 4-0 here to the Warriors with the kick to come. Good start. And besides that dropout fumble, besides the dropout destruction, they have had a really strong start here, the Wires. So, and if they win this game, they did go to 3-1. They did go 3-1, which is a lot more impressive than I thought was going to happen before the season started. Jay says, refresh the scoreboard, mate. Sam's dropped the ball once again. It's typical skunkle. Oh, by the way, if you saw the original comment from Real Fan Sports saying, don't believe me, so we figured out that he was wrong. We figured out, yesterday when we were, talking a bit of smack, and he was saying that he sent me a photo of him with a Titans jersey and whatnot. Well, it turns out that he was incorrect. He sent it to BKRtravel, not BKRsport. Yes. Yeah, no, he sent it to BKRtravel, not BKRsport. He sent the Titans jersey to the travel side of things on Instagram, not to BKRsport on Instagram. So he's a muppet. Yeah, no, we've come to that conclusion on the Real Fan Sport. Yeah, no. I'm still waiting for my apology after yesterday. Daniel Bates says, morning, Daz, you are grinning like a Cheshire cat right now. Good for you, sir. Don't encourage him. Don't encourage the bloke. Don't encourage him. All right, so it's going to be 6-0 here to the Warriors. They do get the conversion, which has been a years now, that old conversion. That old conversion for the Warriors has been a big, tough one for them over the last couple of years with Harris Tavita and whatnot. Wayne says, will Rays make a comeback? Mate, we're 4 rounds in. There's no comeback. We're 4 rounds in. The only teams I'd be looking at saying you'd have to make a comeback is maybe the Eels and Dolphins, who are both 0-4. Outside of that, there's no comeback at this point of the year. Blizzards, this game of the week, the undefeated Tigers face... Well, yes, they have been beaten. They lost to the Knights, mate. Game of the week, the undefeated Tigers face the pride of New Zealand. Q Fox League intro. Well, Blitzy's not been watching the early part of the season because the Tigers did lose to the Knights in literally round 1. Quite literally round 1. Quite literally round 1. Oh, Nelly Howard Jr. says Dogs and Storm next week, I think. No, it's Storm and Manly, which will be a good game. Second tackle here at the 20 for the Warriors. But unfortunately, you have been timed out by one of the moderators because you said Storm with a second S. There's only one S in Storm. Yeah, Storm. You know Storms? Storma. Storma. And that's a little bit of an ambush here early doors by the Wires. Who was the favourite in this game? Who was the favourite? Was it $1.90 a piece? As you guys know, being in India, I can't see what the I can't see what the odds are and whatnot. I would lean and say that they may have favoured the Tigers, but I've just tipped the Wars on my gut tip. Justin Button says, "Bullet brother, love my Warriors, but we always struggle at Leichhardt Oval." Well, Leichhardt Oval, it's at Campbelltown Stadium. Did see that, Robbo. Tommy Turbo out once again for Manly too. Yeah, that's rough. His body is obviously breaking down him, and God bless the dude, man. Like, he's unbelievable when he's firing and fit, but he's just not firing and fit. You know, it really sucks. Warriors now, they're 10 metres away from the line. Third tackle, 8 minutes into the game here. The Warriors just pumping it home at the moment. Fisher Harris, no. Not played the ball correctly. I think they've said not played the ball correctly here. Mic connection? Is the mic going all right? Oh, maybe that was not connected properly. Is that okay now? Is that okay now? Let me know in the chat. I don't know what just happened there. Okay, just arrived. Who scored? The one who scored was Adam Pompey. Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't know. How long was that for? Was it for a long time or what happened? Yeah, he will notice when he reads chat. I got there in the end. And that's going to be a penalty of the Tigers now at the 30. Penalty of the Tigers. Damn, Luai got rid of. This it's an interesting start. The Tigers just haven't been up for the start, but you know, they get the penalty here that brings them to about the halfway point. By the way, Tigers fans in Campbelltown, come on, you surely should be selling this game out. You surely should be selling this game out, man. You've had a great start of the season besides that first week against the Knights. You got to be selling this out. I am a little bit disappointed in the crowd. Because I always say the Tigers have great fans. Like, they have a fantastic fan base to stick with their club through all the shit. They haven't made the finals since 2011 or whatever it was. So it's going to be a first tackle after a 6 again with the Tigers at the 40. 10 minutes gone here in the first half, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. It is another 6 again for the West Tigers. Wars don't have their number one fan today as they play away from home. We all know he only likes them at home. He's actually in the chat. That PSG bloke is the guy, isn't it? Isn't PSG the one who said that he only supports the Warriors when they play at home? Hey, there'd be a lot of Kiwis out in Western Sydney, man. So I'm sure there's a lot of Kiwis at this game. I went to the Samoa vs Tonga game here, and it was jam-packed. There was also Fiji, Papua New Guinea, but it was mainly Samoa Tonga. So, 4th tackle here for the Tigers at the 20. They get it back to Luai. Luai off to Galvin. Galvin steps off to Tarova. And so Tarova will get the offload away back to Galvin. Galvin at the 20. He runs around. He's still going. He's going left-hand side, and then they're just going to bring it back to Fainu, who's going to be 15 metres away for tackle. That was all a bit of nothing play, that. I changed my tip last minute to the Tigers. Sunday, I did the complete opposite. I last minute changed my tip to the Warriors. Luai kicked that ball through. Harris Tavita grabbed the... why? Harris Tavita grabbed the ball and run out of the end goal. Rachel Wright, $17 dude donation all the way from New Zealand. It says everyone text in the chat up the Wars. Well, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what the chat's reaction is because sometimes they'll do what you say and sometimes they definitely won't. But I appreciate you very much for your donation there, Rachel Wright. Get around you. Get around you, Rachel. Appreciate you. So that's going to be a short drop out there from the Warriors. That's not gone 10, has it? Well, it doesn't matter because the Tigers will get the ball sooner to Ruva or to Lachlan Galvin. Warcrime says, I backed the Wars for a couple of bucks, so surely the Wars. Mate, they would have been paying what, like $2.10? What did you put on? See, if you put on a couple of bucks, $2, so you can win $12. Well, good luck. Well, good luck, man. So 5 metres away here from the line is 0 tackle for the Tigers after the Warriors did apparently... Oh, they must have knocked it back, but the Tigers will score! Big bubba! The Tigers will score right next to the post. And we're looking like some scorers on today. That is 4 points to the Tigers. Vinor Bole goes over right next to the post. It's about to be 6-0 any moment now. We all know what's about to happen, Jay. We all know what's about to happen. Brenton says, Rachel, tip $100 in on mine. $100 in on mine. Real Fan Sports, there we go. Hey, I'm still waiting for my apology, Real Fan Sport. We're still waiting for our apology over here, sir. And you're also a Titans fan, champion. Don't you forget it. Don't you pretend to be cheering somebody else on. Yeah, it is a soft try to be given up Aguero the second, especially like right next to the post as well. They just allow, it's way too easy. No apologies. Yeah, well, maybe I should display on the broadcast here the abusive voice message you sent me. The absolute destructive, abusive voice message that I was sent, even though I was right. Walkrun says, small bets make small bets. Yeah, fair enough. You know what? It's a good option. It's a good option. Do it! Brenton, you've done it to yourself. You did it to yourself. Rachel, right, with the $90 into the nation. Brenton, you must now say up the waz. We need to see you say up the waz specifically, Brenton, because that's what you said. You said tip it. That is over $100 now, Brenton. Thank you very much, Rachel. I really do appreciate that. No, Brenton, because there was $17 and there was $89. You're getting timed out if you don't say up the waz. You're getting timed out if you don't say up the waz in the chat, Brenton, because Rachel's done it. All right? Appreciate you, Rachel. Thank you very much. Well, right, says up the waz. All right, so 27 minutes to go here the first half. It is 6-6 currently. It is 6-6. Brenton, we're waiting, buddy. Brenton, you've done this. What was it last time? Slapper, Jay? Was it last time that Brenton called out Slapper or something? And then he got slapped. All right, well, 6-6 here, 13 minutes in. And it says, Brenton, I know you are from Claymore, but I believe you can do simple math. Claymore? Oh, Brenton says, wait a minute. No. All right, so the Warriors will kick this ball off. I will time you out for 24 hours. Oh, well, everyone else at least did in the chat. Ban him from this stream if he doesn't. He has to do it. He does. He has to do it. So first tackle now at the 15. First tackle up beside Kotoi Sau. He'll get this ball back out to Finobole, and he'll now get this ball out to the 20 on second tackle. Kick that cat out of here. Oh, it's true. This has been a funny start to a stream. Third tackle now at the 25. Cool Gamer Players says, I've been here for 6 days. Oh, Warriors hit the ball. Warriors will get the turnover. So the Warriors have the ball 29 metres away from the line. Jared says, anyone going to hit that like button? Everyone should hit the like button. That's what they should do. Out to Marati Niokore, who is 25 metres away. First tackle. Brenton says, GG, Ray. Oh, you set up the wires. Oh, well done. Well done, Brenton. We don't appreciate the uppercase and lowercase sarcasm, but with that being said, you did say up the wires and you did do it. So Rachel is now your owner. So it's going to be second tackle here. Offloads it to Chancellor Crookstad, who's 10 metres away. He'll be taken down to the 15. Taken down to the 15 now. They give that ball off to Barnett, and Barnett is going to be 10 metres out. Dasman says, damn, I was looking forward to timing him out. Hey, lucky Skunker wasn't here, eh? Lucky Skunker wasn't here. He would have done it immediately. He would have done it even afterwards. So fifth tackle, 7 metres away from the line for Wade Egan. 15 in. They give it off to Harris Savita. Puts it up. Chance. But that's going to be a good take there by Stafford Toa. And he'll bring it out to about the 5. Jerry Mwando says, go the West Tigers from Port Moresby. Get around you from Papua New Guinea. We always love to see you guys in. And looking forward to seeing what Papua New Guinea can do when they get a team in 2027. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Whether you like it, you don't like it, the fact is it's happening. But I do question what happens because we have a election this year for Australia. So it's like, well, if Albanese wins again, then okay, well, that makes sense. Papua New Guinea are guaranteed in. But there is a world where the opposite government with Dutton and whatnot win and then say, well, we don't want to do this anymore. It's a crazy thought process that although they've been guaranteed, they're not actually guaranteed because the government could just cut the funding. So it's going to be Warriors now who grab the ball at 20 and bring it out to the 33. Ask Tigers fans about the government cutting funding because I remember New South Wales government switched from the female before? I can't remember her name. And then it switched to the guy, Chris... There's some guy afterwards. I don't care enough about Australian politics to know. And I definitely not New South Wales, come Queensland. But they switched and then they cut the Tigers funding for Leichhardt. Third tackle in for the Warriors at the 50. Rachel says, brother, Panthers are doing trash. They aren't doing too well right now. You've got to remember, though, that they've had no Dylan Edwards, their star fullback. They've had Nathan Cleary's been injured when he was playing fully fit. Obviously, they did beat the Sharks over there in Vegas, but that's a throwaway round, and the Sharks haven't exactly looked fantastic despite winning 2 games out of 4. So, the Panthers are looking worrying, absolutely. They look really, really worrying, but they're still going to be a top 8 team. They just need to get their players back on the field, man. And that's footy, though. Tigers hit the ball at the 5. That's footy. You're going to have injuries. You're going to have players out. You've got to be able to cope with it, which is what they've done beautifully for years now. But because they don't have Jerome Luai anymore to take the lead when Nathan Cleary's out, you're getting worrisome signs from Jack Cole, who can't really lead it, and also either Brad Schneider or the other one who was a debutant the other night. Blitzy says, Brenton, she technically sent 98-21. AUD could have gotten away with it, mate. No, don't give Brenton an out. Don't give that Nova Castrian an out. Deary me. Dad says Perth should have been the 18th team. You're lucky you don't get time. Perth should have been. Sorry, I thought you said Perth. I saw Bears from Jay, and then I thought you said it, and I was like, Jay's lucky he doesn't get timed out, to be fair. So it's going to be the Warriors who grab the ball here at the 30. And now they bring it out here to the 40 on first tackle. JBEAFC says, no way you put me in time for supporting my club. So it's more about the fact that one of the moderators were timed out for spamming, bro. Because obviously there's a lot of people, kicking around the chat. So just don't spam. If you've got like a big comment, drop it all in. But just don't spam because it goes so fast and then I've got to try and read it all. Gladys, that's the one, Sundo. Was it Gladys Burishiklistan or something like that? Close enough. TH says Penrith still looks strong. Penrith still looks strong, you reckon? Penrith still look strong. Well, they lost to a Roosters team that's been awful this season so far. They've won one game, and that was the Panthers. And also that Roosters team went and got whooped by the Titans the other day. And then you've got the Rabbitohs, who are like okay, but absolutely annihilated them from the start of the game. Absolutely. I would not say that Penrith look strong. Penrith will look strong again. I don't think they look strong now. Dren Buller, though, taken down at the 20, first tackle, 18 minutes in. I wouldn't be saying Penrith still look strong as we currently speak. I put it in a nicer terminology to what Jay said. Rachel says, chat, if Dallin Watene-Lesniak was playing, it probably would be 20-6 right now. Not too sure about that one, but you know what? Each to their own. Dazmate says, Perth should have not the Bears. Perth should have not the Bears. Okay, yeah. Comments would be nice. Tigers fourth tackle at the 40, and Jerome Luai kicks this one down to the corner where it's going to be. Oh, bounces back up. I don't think it was a 40-20. I think that it would have been called just Warriors ball, but it was close to the 40. And then Blocker gets there about 5 minutes after me. Seb Watson says the next team should have been a Bali team anyway. Plenty of players over there. Did anyone see the NFL AI? NFL AI predicted the next 100 championships, and it said that there was going to be a new team in London and a new team in Sydney. So apparently Sydney's joining the NFL over the next 100 years, and they win a championship before the Dallas Cowboys. Not even joking. This is the NFL AI thing I saw. 20 minutes in, Warriors with the ball at the 35. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new. Warriors will kick that ball down. It is a 40-20. 40-20! But the ball bounces up beautifully for Dream Buller, who then takes it out to the 30. He's starting off pretty well here with his runs. Dream the Dream. Aguero says, Justin is a Titans fan. Why else would he have a Titans logo in his name? If not, exactly right. Sundo is a Titans fan. Yeah, no, he saw what the Roosters did on the weekend and was just like, I've got to switch over to the real big dogs. Got to switch over to the real big dogs of the competition, mate. Sydney Roosters, what are their premierships? I'd rather be on a team. Well, Justin is actually probably in the Gold Coast more than he is in Sydney nowadays. So he definitely is a Titans fan, yeah. Mr. J says, I've got Waz to win, exact total points 12. No, there's more than 12 points in this. Oh, to win by 12? Yeah, I can see it. Sorry, I thought you were saying that they're going to get exactly 12 points and that's it. They're getting more than 12 points. I would say, anyway. I would say. He's in Sundo, a Newcastle United fan. Yeah, he'll love that one, mate. Yeah, he'll love that one. So first tackle here for the Warriors. What did I spell wrong? You spelled a lot of that. I had to Englishify your comment there. Give me half your winnings. What's going on there? I don't know what Don't Doubt's doing there, but he's just insulted the entire city of Sydney. Not against it. Third tackle here at the 40. Third tackle here at the 40 for the Warriors. This game's gone into a grind since that early flurry of the start. It was just banging, banging, banging. Since that early start, it has really gone into a bit more of a grind. So maybe we are in for a bit of a lower scoring game from that because both teams absolutely can win this game. And the rain's not going to help. The wet weather is not going to help. You can see the rain throughout when the angle's there for it. I think that's a knock on there for the Warriors, so it's going to be Tigers 0 tackle at the 20. War Crimes, it's funny that a lot of Americans believe NRL AFL players aren't capable of playing NFL. I will say that if you are a professional NRL player, do not switch to the NFL because you can't play it. Because these guys have been playing since they were like still in the womb is when they've been playing NFL, and it's a vastly different game to rugby league and AFL. Vastly. AFL, you can have a punter. You can have an AFL player play as a punter for the NFL, but I wouldn't say that anyone could just play a running back or a wide receiver, and definitely not a quarterback, and it's vastly different games. Tigers out to the left-hand side. They should have... Oh, no, probably didn't pass it. 4 tackle at the 45. And I don't believe that the NFL could do the same over here. I don't, unless they've come across from a young age, because, again, NFL is very immediately... Like, it's just in bursts, right? In bursts. NRL's not really in bursts. You're moving at all times. And Chance Newell-Crookstad with a good catch at the 10. This weather looks like it's deteriorating pretty badly. Mr. J says, need both teams to hold all the way the 80 minutes. I don't believe it's going to be a blowout. Is there a chance of it? Sure. And I could say for either team. But I think it is going to be a close one, and we might be going down to the wire in this one. Not just because of the 6-6 scoreline. Honestly, any scoreline can happen in a game between these two teams. Third tackle at the 40. I need Twal and Hunt to combine for under 70 if I want to win Supercoach. I hope they get 69. Fourth tackle here at the halfway point. Nate says, I heard he's a Sunderland fan. Well, his name is literally Justin Sunderland, so you would probably expect that he is a Sunderland fan, but, you know, who am I to judge? So, fifth tackle here at the 40. Wade Egan. I think he did say one time that he became a Sunderland fan in football because of his last name. I hear my name. Someone said you're a Newcastle United fan. Is this true? I said, you'd love that one. Someone up there said that they thought you were no. Nate said he's a Sunderland fan. Someone else, Lucas said he's a Newcastle United fan too. So we thought you'd love that. So second tackle now for the Tigers, and it's going to be Sunya Toruva gets the ball to the 25. And then a penalty. That's huge, especially in the grind. There is no momentum for either team. It is pouring down rain. The weather has deteriorated beyond no means, and it is a slog fest at the moment, man. An absolute slog fest, and a penalty is going to be absolutely massive. Massive for the Tigers in that situation at the 30. Zaki says, is it good enough to throw a few bucks on first half tie? Yeah, like it's a difficult one, but yeah, it's always going to be a tough bet. So don't expect that it's going to win. Only bet with what you can lose. However, I would say that the value would probably be there. But then again, it is 6-6 right now, so maybe you'd probably be best to wait for someone to score if they do. I don't know. But what did Rachel say? Rachel says, can we see the screen of yours? I want to watch it because I don't have Sky Sport. Unfortunately, Rachel, due to broadcasting restrictions, I can't show you the game. That's why I commentated and let you know what's happening. But unfortunately, due to broadcasting restrictions, we're not able to actually show you the screen. Otherwise, I'd get copyrighted, and then I wouldn't be able to stream, and you wouldn't be able to see the game. So third tackle now at the 13. It's a nicer response than most people get, because the chat will usually tell them to get a job. But you've been nice today, so that's why we give you an honest answer. So third tackle here at the 15. It's going to be Lachlan Galvin, who gives that ball out the back into Jerome Luai. They're 15 metres away here on third tackle. Not moving many metres at the moment. Galvin just jinking around, and they're going to lose the ball. That was really awful stuff there from the Tigers. That was really... And then a penalty to the Tigers, to the Warriors too. That's awful from the Tigers. I don't know what just happened there. So the Warriors will get a penalty to get themselves out of their own area. And that was poor. Tony says Tigers will score. Well, I hope you weren't talking about that set, because they did not. Don't doubt it. Says, did you hear Manly are going to throw the checkbook at Payne Haas? I think every team's going to throw the checkbook at Payne Haas. The only teams that wouldn't really be looking towards Payne would be the Titans, because they've already got, an amazing amount of front row forwards. That's not the position they should be looking at. Regan Campbell-Gillard, Mikey Fodawaker, Jamin Jolliffe. You could even argue Tenofa Silmalawi if you want to mix it around. There's just no money there for him. And then I don't see the Warriors having the ability to, because they should be focusing in other areas. But honestly, there's every team. Storm won't, because they don't usually go out for the big boppers. They usually bring through guys like Stefano Utukamanu, who you've seen, and they usually bring across those lesser knowns and make them big time. 6 again here for the Warriors, and they're going to get this ball to the 40 on first tackle, and that's going to be a penalty here to the Warriors again, so they're going to have a great attacking opportunity here. So anyway, to answer your question, yes, I have seen it. Yes, I would expect Manly to do that. I think that'd be huge for them. Do I think that Payne Haas goes there? I don't. I don't know, because he plays in New South Wales, but he's kind of from the Gold Coast. So he's actually, like, he's lived, because, like, obviously I'm close with his brother Cleese. These guys have kind of grown up here on the Gold Coast. Like, he was actually with the Titans Pathways at one stage. So I don't know how invested he is in going to Sydney. And I do genuinely believe he stays at the Bronx. I don't know why he wouldn't. He could be a club legend there alongside the likes of Gordon Tallis, Petro Sevenasiva, Shane Webke, these kind of guys in the forwards. And he would be I believe by the end of his career, will be the best front rower nearly ever in the game, let alone at the Broncos. But the Tigers hit an intercept, and that big psychotic Sound taking down to 30. Mistake there in the attacking line. Gee whiz. Thunder says absolutely not. Hey, listen, I'm here for it because I'll never forgive you for the G goal, mate. I'll never forgive you for that offside G goal. Get a grip of yourself. It's still offside to this day. I don't care. It was 15 years ago, and I don't care that we've won multiple Premier Leagues and the Champions League and all that since. It was offside. So 6 again for the Tigers. They're at the 40 on first tackle. 6 again. Thunderback says Roosters will get Payne Haas. I don't know. I genuinely think he probably stays at the Bronx. But then again, there's been rumblings for years and years that he's leaving the Bronx. But then didn't he re-sign at one stage recently? Payne Haas, the Warriors would be mean. That would be huge with Fisher Harrison and Payne Haas. But I still think their backline needs a little bit of work. 4th tackle in for the Tigers. They're 13 metres away. At beside Kotowai. He gives it to Galvin. Galvin steps back onto the inside, and now he'll be taken down 4 metres away on fit tackle. Fit tackle here. Big opportunity. Hey, listen, maybe this is the reason why the crowd wasn't as packed as it probably should have been. Short ball on fit tackle. Oh, Royce Hunt so close, but he'll be taken down 2 metres out. Not the worst play for the Tigers. They just give it to the big bumper right next to the post. Couldn't get over the line. It'll be 1 metre short. It's not the worst play for the Tigers, and now the Warriors are going to come off their own 2 metres. That's a high tackle. No, they didn't call a penalty, though. Daniel Bates says, Haas tipped the leave. You'd have him down as a lifer at the Broncos. You'd expect so. I'm not convinced that he's leaving the Bronx, but I know there's rumblings and whatnot. I remember 2 years ago when the Broncos booed the living shit out of him. The Broncos fans absolutely hated Payne Haas. They booed him all game. They booed him for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then he re-signed. So, they're a passionate bunch, but if you piss them off up there, they'll make you hear it in Brisbane. If you piss them off, and look at Ben Hunt, for example. Now they love him, but until that Queensland State of Origin moment, they'd never forgiven him for that 2015 Grand Final moment. I still don't know if they have, to be fair. I think there's one big mistake from Ben Hunt away from them blowing up the Lux at Ben. I think they're one mistake. He's one big mistake away from Broncos fans, saying screw this and just ripping him like they did for 8 years. Second tackle here for the Tigers at the 22. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Hit that like button and subscribe. We stream pretty much every single game here. I didn't do the last one because I was at the Taj Mahal today, so I separated the morning and whatnot, and I knew Manly would win by a big margin, so there was kind of no point. That's a high tackle. Should be a penalty Tigers. Should be a penalty Tigers. Tarova is milking this, but it should have been a penalty Tigers. Jason, I'm cranky Andrew because your mum keeps calling... I'm not reading the rest of the comment out. I think that's a high tackle. That at the end of the day, that's what they call a high tackle. It should have been a penalty. Torova's milking it. He's not feeling it like he's claiming, but it should have been a high tackle technically. Mr. Jason D up Tigers, don't let them score. Hey, look, both these teams are looking like they might go into the break at 6-6. If someone can score before half time, that's a massive advantage in a game like this. Massive. Senior happy snaps for the Taj. Looks nice. Oh, Taj is incredible, man. The Taj Mahal is an incredible experience. I had a good guide as well. And I had a solo guide, so it wasn't with a group. So we just did what we wanted. And yeah, man, the Taj Mahal is just it's immaculate. It's immaculate, man. Second tackle here at the 40. Tigers don't score, please, and Vice don't score. BK, would you rather all your teams except Titans win the comp or all your teams do horrible but Titans win the comp? I'll take the Titans win the comp. I've seen Manchester City win everything. I would love to see the Bulls do it, but with that being said, the Titans are my main team at the end of the day. That doesn't mean that I love the other teams any less. It just means that my focal point is more so Titans than the others. But I have seen Man City win everything. I've seen Geelong win, so. And that's a dumb play from Luke Metcalf. That's going to be fit tackle at 13. So it's going to be Tigers ball here, 13 metres out from their own line. So yeah, I would sacrifice those teams. But like, if we're talking duration, if you're talking about for 1 year, then sure, every team can suck badly for 1 year if it means the Titans win the comp. Absolutely. Mr. J says, beautiful defending was. Taj looks good. It's amazing. Madison says, I got the Warriors 13 plus. Oh, here we go. Madison, were you the one from yesterday with the Bulldogs? With the 36-6 or some shit? So it's going to be a knock on there from the Tigers. The Warriors ball here at the 40. Warriors 13 plus isn't out of the equation, though. That's a forward pass, sorry. So I just don't know how this game will explode based on the fact that it is such a wet weather condition game. That's the only issue that I find with this being a high-scoring kind of blowout for one team. If it was a dry track, this could have been a really high-scoring game, but a wet track here makes it tough. Lucas says, the Taj was built for his favourite wife. Yes, we had 3 wives. He had 2 arranged marriages and 1 marriage for love, and the marriage for love is the one where the Taj is built for. And he does have the 2 wives in their own terms, just not the big one. So second tackle here for the Warriors. But yeah, so the main one for the Taj, that was the one he actually loved and fell in love with and married. The other 2 were arranged. Oh, there's an injury here for Samwala Fayenu. Jeez, he's limping heavily. God bless him. Third tackle now, and it's going to be the Warriors who get this ball to the 5. It's 6 again, I think I just heard. Did I just hear 6 again? Yeah, 6 again for the Warriors. They're 3 metres away from the line. It's not a bad bet, Madison. It's just a hard bet in these conditions, but it's not a bad bet. Out the back now to Luke Metcalf. Metcalf gives it off to Nickel Krukstad. He'll be 4 metres away, third tackle. It's a bullshit bet. Third tackle here, 4 metres away for the Warriors. Luke Metcalf now at the 15. He'll give it out the back here again. It's 6 again for the Warriors now, and they're 7 metres away from the line. First tackle, 7 metres away. Tigers, this is going to be a tough set to defend in these conditions. Jackson forward now. He is about 2 metres short of the line. Second tackle. Wet is good. For who? Why is wet good? No, it's going to be held up there. So it's going to be Warriors ball at 10. Mr. J says, Warriors to win exactly 12 points. Bet odds 688. Put 20. Oh, so you are saying that the Warriors only get 12 points. It's a ballsy bet. It's a ballsy bet, but hey, listen, maybe. It's a low-scoring game. But why is wet good? Oh, well, I don't understand. He would rather the Angels win a World Series. Hey, Cubs won again today. Go, Cubs, go. Go, Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. They did, too. And they did. Tony says, come on, Tigers score. The Tigers don't have the ball, and they are currently defending for their lives on their own line right now. So they're still checking this. It's a no try. They've been held up. But we know this. We know this. But then again, the bunker might call it a penalty try just because that's what the bunker does. They get it wrong all the time. Raiders Sharks on Thursday will be a decent game. Panthers Cowboys, I don't know how that'll go. Rabbitohs Roosters, I don't know how that'll go. Eels Dragons is going to be a game that I can't wait to try and maybe not watch. Titans and Dolphins, obviously I'll be here. Broncos Tigers, that'll be a fun game to watch. I think Bronx win, but it'll be a fun game to watch. Manly Storm would be great. Bulldogs Knights. Bulldogs should win that game. You really should be winning that game, Dogs. 4 tackled here, 5 metres away, but the Knights have had the bye. Waiting, short ball, shot time for the Warriors. Maratania corre, Maratania corre, Maratania corre. 10-6 of the kit to come. Maratania corre with the try. Takes the Warriors to the lead, and that is a huge, huge try just before half-time. That gives them a massive advantage. Hey, listen, there's still 6 minutes to go. If the Tigers can score again, that would be that'd be big. But the Warriors will score with just that 6 minutes left through near Corey. It's been about over 20 minutes since that last try. It was a hot start for the first 10, 12 minutes, but then afterwards. Did Brendan Nestle disappear because of all the slander before, by the way? I haven't seen him. Oh, no. Did you leave money on the fridge? Sorry, I couldn't see your comment recently, so I was like, did he leave because of all the slander? But 10-60 to the Wires, 5 to go. Aussie Birds says, how do you think the Tigers will go this year? So, pre-season, I said, and I will clarify again and again and again, that until proven otherwise, I put the Tigers as last in my pre-season predictions because they'd won 3 spoons in a row, we'd seen players come in, and I wasn't confident until they proved that they were able to make a bit of a move. They, so far, have proven that they can make a bit of a move above teams like the Eels, above teams like the Dolphins, above teams like the Cowboys. I don't care about yesterday too much with the Cows just yet. So I don't have the Tigers in last. I do have them probably still around that 13 range, the 13-12 range. And Tigers fans won't like that because right now they think that they're destined for the top 8. But I do think there are still quite a few teams above them. They haven't proven themselves against a great team just yet. They haven't proven themselves. They've played the Knights, they've played the Eels, and they've played the Dolphins. They've played 2 teams that are currently 0-4, and the Knights, who they lost to, mind you, who also have looked really poor for the most part, but at least did have a 2-1 record before they played the Titans. So the Tigers have a lot more to prove. There is still a significant amount more to prove. But I would like to see them do well. I would like to see them do better because it mixes up the comp a bit. And Tigers fans are very passionate and loyal to their team. And I respect that because everyone knows here how passionate and loyal I am to my team. So that's why I will always respect that about Tigers fans. But there is still so much more, significantly more, to prove that they are the team that the Tigers fans think that they are. Because we have been hearing for a long time now, Tigers make the 8 this year, Tigers make the 8 this year, and I keep saying, no, they don't, and then people slander and say, you don't know jack shit, you hate the Tigers, and then they come last. So we need to see them get a good bit of a chug on first. Good run here by the Warriors. It's going to be 4 tackle at the halfway point. Mr. J says, want them to knock the ball. Okay. Brenton says, why not read my comments? Well, sorry, the chat's been going pretty far. Hey, listen, why don't you just be thankful that I even thought of you? If you weren't commenting, or I didn't see your comments and yet I said, oh, I wonder where Brenton's gone. That should be a compliment to you. Why don't you think on the positive side of life there, buddy? You know, buddy, old pal, old champ, buddy, bucko. Deary me, 2nd tackle here. Take it as a compliment. JB says, who remembers when Titans smoked the Wires 66-6 last year? I was so mad. I do. Me. Over here. I remember. Yeah, I was there. Or the 27-24 too, don't forget that. Let's not forget the 27-24. If you're talking to me about what game I preferred, I actually had more fun at Mount Smart in Auckland when we won 27-24 over the 66-6 at Seabus. Loved Seabus and loved winning that game, but that Auckland experience was amazing to be at last year. So Jerome Luai, he'll kick that ball into the corner where it will be Tane Picky taking down the 18. I live rent-free. Appreciate. You know, screw you, man. What do you mean rent-free? Deary me, I was making sure you're all good. You know what? I apologise for being nice once to you, bloody Novocastrian. You know what? Just don't forget about the 26-6 last week, all right, Brenton? Bloody rent-free. Making sure you're all good and you just bloody shit on me. Deary me. Typical Knights. 4 tackle here at the 45. Good offload there, actually, so it's still 3rd tackle. Wade Egan at the back. Here's a pass the ball, Jackson forward, but instead they just cut it back and take that at 43. Pass the ball out to the right. They would have had numbers because of those offloads. And out to the corner where Dream Buller picks it up at the 10, and he's going to bring it out here to the 15. 2.5 minutes left now, and they bring him back to the 10. He's getting monstered as he runs back into it. JB says, trust this year Warriors make finals. I personally disagree. Grand final with the Wires versus Titans, and the Wires will win 47-21. Okay. Well, that scoreline there of 47-21 tells me just about as much as I need to know. Even if you had said Titans 47-21, that scoreline right there tells me just about as much as I need to know about that opinion there, my friend. So 4 tackle here at the 35 for the Tigers. Test is 40 points. 40 points. Tigers away. Safe half. Tigers are going to score. Tigers are going to score. It is now going to be 12-10 with a kick to come. Wowee, tough kick here from the right sideline, but it is going to be 12-10 here with a kick to come Tigers to tie it up with a minute and a half to go in the first half. This is going to be a super close game. Nice one. Nice one. Tigers bring it back. That's a nice run by Safehalves, and I'm not a big fan of Safehalves, but that was a nice run by Safehalves. You know, that's the thing. You got to compliment when you say something. You have to have the ability to remove your ego and say, "Hey, listen, that was a good run from a guy that I don't usually rate. That was a great run, great line from Safehalf." 46. Yeah, please, Jay. I'm not. Thank you. But anyway, so that's going to be what Stafford Toa. Stafford Toa will score here for the Tigers after a brilliant run there from Safehalf. Was it Galvin who put him into space? I don't know who put him in space, but it was nice. Brandon says, do you make blessings at the Taj when people go there? No, but you go into the mausoleums. It was really cool to go inside the Taj, like inside, into the mausoleum. On Fridays, the Taj is closed because that's when... So basically, the Taj is effectively like a Muslim mausoleum, yeah? Because the Mughal Empire was Muslim, and a lot of it is Persian and Iranian, right? So they do have a mosque right next to... There's two buildings on either side that you might see in photos and whatnot. On the left-hand side is the mosque, and the other one is the guest house. And on Fridays, the whole Taj is closed, except for the mosque, and you have to be an Agra resident, and you have to be a Muslim in Agra to actually go inside the Taj to the mosque. The Taj is closed, but you can go to the mosque. And the Tigers will get the kick. Good kick from the sideline. Well done. Well done. That's huge. So it's going to be a tied game, 12-12. Hey, I hope the person who put... I hope they put that bet on that tied score at half-time, because it's going to be. That's a great kick in these conditions. So yeah, no, you don't make blessings. But on Fridays, they completely close it down. You can't go to it. And the only way you can go to the mosque is if you are a local resident here in Agra and also Muslim. So 5 seconds left here in the first half. I like your purple Mikama pants. Dude, they're so good. I'm wearing them right now. They're silky. They're silk. They cost like $6 AUD. Like, they're beautiful, man. They're beautiful. I even got this shirt for cheap as well. All right, so 5 seconds left now, and it's going to be the Warriors kicking that ball into the corner. So the Tigers, this will be... Oh, they knocked the ball on, but it's fine. It's fine, because that'll be half-time. That'll be half-time. Well, there we go. Let's go through some of these stats here at the half. 12-12, a super close game. So close, in fact, that you can't separate them. There was no tries, really, between the 20th and 30th minute, but there was 2 tries apiece in the first 10 and the last 10 of that first half. So a game of, tit for tat at the moment, because it was the Warriors who scored first, and the Tigers scored, and then it was a 20-minute gap before the Marathi Niokore for the Warriors scored, and then the Tigers scored as well to equal it up. So yeah, really up and down, really interesting at the moment. Obviously, guys, half-time, hit the like button. Thumbs up if you are, thumbs up if you're new around here. Subscribe if you're new around here. Possession-wise, 50-50. It is bang on, smack on, 50-50 at the moment, possession-wise, with the completion rate for the Warriors being 83% at 20 from 24, and the Tigers being 19 from 24 at 79%. That's actually really good completion rates for this weather. That is really good completion rate in this weather, because it is raining, it is muggy, it is soaked, it is just awful torrential conditions. So for them to both have basically an 80% completion rate is actually really, really good. I don't know if that's including the last drop ball there from the Tigers, but, same. Runs so far, the Warriors have made 98 runs to the 88 for the Tigers. The Warriors have ran for 220 more meters than the Tigers. You could tell the Warriors had more of the ball in some real critical times that first half. So that's why it's really impressive the Tigers are actually tied at 12 apiece, but that could tire the living shit out of the Tigers with 982 meters already run in the first half. In these conditions, means a lot of defense has come. Post-contact meters, the Tigers are actually doing pretty well at 266, considering... they're down by 120 on run meters, but they're only down by about 50 or so. It makes sense, actually, to the Wires with 314. Both have 2 line breaks apiece. Both have the exact same amount of tackle breaks of 21. The average set distance, here's a key teller. Tigers, 31.73 on the average set distance. The Warriors, 40.93 on the average set distance. So that's a really, really good average set distance for the Warriors, especially in these conditions. The Tigers were at 31.73. You want to be averaging at that 35. That 35 is where you should be bottoming out. 40 is decent. 45 is immaculate and amazing. But in these conditions, I'm really happy with that 40.93 for the Warriors. Play the ball speed in this weather. You're not expecting fast, but yet the Tigers are actually playing the ball pretty fast at 3.25, while the Warriors are at 3.53. So that's a bit of a gap there. I think it's smarter to play with the 3.53 than the 3.25 in wet weather conditions, but it is a tie game at 12-12. Wires have had 6 offloads to 3, and they've had more kicks than the Tigers with 11 to 10, but the Tigers have got 350 kicking meters to 341, so more meters there for the Tigers. But the Wires are on 100% kick defusal with 83% for the Tigers. Defense here, okay, so it's a little bit on the rougher side, but you're going to see that in conditions like this. 87.56% defensive tackle effective tackle percentage for the Wires with 84.55% for the Tigers. That's not good, but in these conditions, you're going to be missing tackles. So 190 tackles made to 21 missed tackles for the Warriors, and 186 tackles made for the Tigers with 21 missed tackles. But 13 ineffective for the Tigers and 6 to the Warriors. So, yeah, not fantastic defensive stats there. But with that being said, you have to expect it in these conditions. Actually, a limited amount of errors. So 5 errors for the Tigers and 5 errors for the Warriors. I'm going to say it again, in these conditions, you'd expect more. And you'd also expect more penalties. 3 penalties to the Tigers, 2 to the Warriors so far, with 4 ruck infringements. The Warriors are getting done over on ruck infringements with 4-1 against them, and then 1-0 against the Tigers in inside 10 metres. So overall, like the stats are all pretty similar. I would lean and say the Warriors probably had the better of the first half, so they'd be pretty disappointed that they aren't leading. They should be pretty disappointed they aren't leading, but they only did concede in the last 2 minutes of the first half as well. So yeah, look, this game is still completely up in the air. It was a good read. It's completely 50-50. Could a team still win 13 plus? Sure, but I'm definitely saying 1-12. I'll stick with my gut feeling before the game of the Warriors, but you know, you could sense a little bit of a Tigers return here in the second, considering that they probably shouldn't be tied at halftime, but they are. They probably shouldn't. It probably does edge out Warriors, but yet they are tied. Seth Watson says, how did that grub Marnie not get a ban and only get 2 fines? Ridiculous. Brenton says, the clothes in Thailand are comfy too. I bought a few when I was there. Well, so I brought only a bag, like a backpack, but it was like a 40-litre backpack, so it's big. But a backpack. And besides my Titans jersey and my Rugby League Week apparel shirt that was sent over to me from the boys, I'm probably going to get rid of everything that I came over here with and just localize myself. So I'm going to start wearing this kind of stuff, like this shirt and those pants, and buy more of those pants because 1, it is cheap, and also 2, I want to fit in a lot more, which will be good. But the only issue is that these pants don't have pockets. That's the only issue. So you still got to kind of wear your travel belt. While says Lecker comes on and bashes them up. It'll be interesting to see how the second half goes. Bretton says the fake logo brands are better quality than Bali too. Are better quality than Bali. So yeah, you got to be careful in India though with like that kind of stuff because they will try and make you pay good prices for it. You know, in India, like I'm sure they probably try and scam you a bit in Thailand and whatnot. But I can tell you, whatever they're trying to scam you in Thailand, triple it in India. That's what they'll try. They'll see you coming. For something that will go for like 300 rupees, they'll immediately say 3,500 rupees. So 3,500 rupees is probably about 18, 36, 40, 36, 54... basically $60 Australian, and 300 rupees is like $6. So they're basically trying to get that, and then you have to barter it down. But then you immediately say, well, that's high, so then I'm going to barter it down to like 1,000, 2,000, and then they're going to bring it up to like 2,500, and then you're going to end up paying like 2,250. And it's like you feel like you got a good deal, but you didn't get shit. You actually still got scammed with that 2,000 rupees. So that's how they kind of work over here. So you got to be super understanding of that, otherwise you will get ripped off to oblivion. Mr. J says the scoreboard is off. No, it's not. It says 12-12, and it is halftime. That is the literal score of this game, and it is literally halftime. So unless you've got a blindfold on yourself right now, or you are currently having a few too many drinks, that is the scoreline as we currently speak. So thank you for your opinion, however. Marcel says, hello, everyone. Brenton says, but yeah, makes India... makes India would try rip you more, for sure. For sure. Like, for example, I'll give you a bit of a rundown today at halftime of what happened at the Taj. So, it cost me $40 Australian for this tour that I did. And they picked me up at my Airbnb here in Tajganj, which is a little bit south. It's probably about 4 kilometers away from the Taj. I'm on the other side of this Fatihabad road. So I get picked up at 5:30 in the morning. It's all included. And they take me to the Taj, and then I meet up with the guide, and then the guide walks me around and talks me through it all and explains everything from the Taj, which is amazing. And it was great because he's obviously a local. He's been doing it for 12 years, and he's a good guy. But then immediately when you walk in, and I paid this because I wanted the professional photography, but it cost me 6,000 rupees, which is about $110 or so Australian. 6,000 rupees for professional photography. If you follow me on Instagram at BKRtravel, you'll see some of the photography that I got. I had like 60 photos. But yeah, 6,000 for that. So that was expensive. But that's the first little bit. And that is the actual just genuine price. They didn't scare me. It is literally just their price. And then we go in, we do all our things. I didn't have to pay the extra 200 rupees for the mausoleum, which was good. But then as you come out, they then take you to some like carpet shop, and as you're walking out, there's 100 people trying to give you their really shitty little like fridge magnet of the Taj. You're just like, no thank you, no thank you. Some people will say 500 rupees, some people will say 50 rupee. That's how it goes. So you got to walk past about 50 of those, then you get all the beggars that'll come up and demand that because you're white that you should give them money. Literally what one lady said to my guide today, that I'm white, so I should give her money. Some beggar. And then we get in the car, and he takes me to some carpet store, and they try and make a sale there of me buying a 36,000 rupee carpet. Why would I need a carpet for starters? And also, 36,000 is a lot of money. That's like $600, $700 for a carpet. And then you say no to there, and then they take you to another store, which is like a marble making store, and they try and charge you like 20,000 rupee. And you go, I'm not paying that. I'm not going to be doing that. And then you finally come home. But as you're coming home in the Uber, the guy goes, hey, please use me as your Uber. Please use me as your auto driver. Please use me. You must use me. I know how to go around Agra. And I'm like, I'm leaving Agra tomorrow. I'm going to Jaipur, which is about 4 hours away from here. And he's like, oh, no, stay back. Use me. So the entire time you're doing it, you're being sold. So it's really difficult if you're not like mentally prepared for it. But it gets a lot. It does get a lot. Oh, no, someone's spamming. Here we go. What's he saying? All I'm saying is that it might be our year. Who are you talking about? Up the wires. What, this game's telling you that it might be your year? This game is the one? This game is the one. This game is the one that's telling you it might be your year. 12-12 against the Tigers at Campbelltown in the wet weather. Okay, now he's saying Tigers better get the spoon. Yeah, it was a good timeout. That was... you're off your rocker. So yeah, basically if you come here, you just have to, well, firstly, you understand the perspective that they are trying to feed their families and they are poor, and you are a foreigner, so you're probably going to have more money than them. You do have more money than them, but also just, you need to be well prepared before you come to this country, dude. You need to be well prepared. Aussie Bird said, as soon as you leave your hotel, everything's a sale. Aussie Bird says Tigers to bring it back. Well, what do you mean bring it back? It's 12-12. It's 12-12. Carpet better be a flying magic carpet. What? So they tried to say that it was like a magic carpet of some sort, but not like that. But in some weird terminology, it was just to get a higher price. I'm never buying a carpet. It doesn't matter. You could say I'll give it to you for 50 rupees, and I'd be like, I don't need a carpet, man. They are beautiful carpets. Don't get me wrong. They put a lot of effort and work into them. Thank you, but no. Sometimes they don't take no for an answer either. Braden Kendall says Warriors win by 8. This is a close game, man. This could go either way. It's a close game. It's an interesting game. Definitely the better game of the two today, and we're in for a close one. So hopefully it's going to be a good one to finish off. Real Fan Sports says the Tigers year. Oh my god. You haven't been a rugby league fan long enough to know how ridiculous that statement is. Mr. Mojo says our year. Who's our year? Are you our year Tigers or are you our year Warriors? And it doesn't really matter who you are out of the two there. I don't know how we're getting to the our year from this game. Like, it doesn't matter who you support out of the two teams here. How is it your year after whatever we're watching here? Like, this is a fine game, but this isn't proving like it's anyone's year. War Grumps is up the Mighty Titans. Yeah, it's their year. I'll go with you there. I'll go with the Titans. Greg Martin says, tying with the supposed wooden spoons means it's your year. Warriors fans is something else. Oh, man. You know, they're giving it a crack, man. They had a tough year last year, they did. Real Fan Sports says, I would have bought a carpet. You would have bought a carpet for 36,000 rupees, would ya? Which is bigger than the size nearly of that. No, it wasn't the biggest size of the bed. It probably would be the size of like a normal, like a TV, right? Like a normal nowadays size TV. Not normal for 20 years ago, but normal nowadays size TV for 36,000 rupees, which is 700 Australian, which will be about like 500 USD. 450, 500 USD. And all I've got is a backpack, dude. Like, where am I putting the carpet? Where am I putting the carpet? Brenton says, have you booked your accommodation in Thailand? Not yet. I haven't even booked Vietnam yet, and I'm going to Vietnam before I go to Thailand. If not, go to the Marriott at Merlin Beach and get the all-inclusive package for 2K 5 days. Best value and experience, only 10 minutes from Phuket. That sounds pretty cool. Remind me later in the year. Like, obviously, you'll be around the entirety of the year. So, as long as you don't piss me off, I don't piss you off. But remind me later in the year, and I'll definitely check that out. So, is that 2K? You're talking 2K Australian, yeah? Or are you saying? Because I don't know how much baht. Baht's cheap as, isn't it? 1 AUD to baht. Yeah, it's not going to be 2,000 baht. Honestly, I don't know what that conversion rate is. That's why I asked. Yeah, $93 for 5 days all inclusive. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, 2K Aussie. Yeah, might be closer. All right, Warriors are out the field. Tigers coming out as well, guys. Smack the thumbs up button. Just do it. Don't hit the like button. You've been lacking on the likes lately. You've been lacking. We've been getting a lot of subscriptions, but you've been lacking on the like buttons lately. So go and hit that like button damn well now. And if you don't do it, your team's going to get the spoon, and you're going to get a call up from Zach Lomax. And you don't want that, because he's just going to be trying to sell you his tax accounting firm. BS Man says, damn, sounds like a verbal beatdown from the moment one steps out inside in India. It is, BS Man, but you've got to have that perspective and understanding before you come here. India, there's a great movie called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. And there's a quote in the movie that says, India is like a wave. If, what is it? I'm going to get it. Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. India hits you like a wave. It's a great quote. Where is it? Here we go. Initially, you're overwhelmed, but gradually you realize it's like a wave. Resist and you'll be knocked over. Dive into it and you'll swim out of the other side. There is no pass that can bring back by long for it. I don't know what that part was, but the first part is 100%, man. You just have to go with the flow, otherwise it will slap you. If you come here and you hate it, you will hate it. But if you come here and understand it, you will love it. It's a love-hate relationship. It's a love-hate relationship for sure. There is so much beauty and there is so much frustration. There is so much compassion and love, and there is so much scamming and animosity. Like it really is something. It's when you got 1.4 billion people in your country, plus also the tourists, you're gonna get a whole mixture. So fit tackle here for the Tigers, and they get forward tackle, get a good offload away, Dream Buller, and they pass it across, and that's not the play, but they might get away. And they'll be taken down at the 45. That's a lot of tuck shot money. Aussie versus rate India 0 to 10. Well, I've only been here for like nearly 3 weeks now, man. I've still got 2.5 months, and I've only been to Delhi and Agra. But like, I love it. But again, it's a love-hate relationship. You can't really kind of rate it, because if you look at it from one perspective, you can say 0. But if you look at it from one perspective, you can say 10. It's very subjective. Very subjective. Some people will absolutely despise it, and some people will absolutely love it. So it's going to be third tackle now for the Warriors. It does take getting used to, though. Third tackle here at the 45. Sonia Todorova passed his HIA. I didn't even actually know he went for a HIA. Now fourth tackle for the Warriors at the 44 on the Tiger side of the field. Is Zach the tipping point guy? The tipping point guy? Warriors are away. Good run. Good run. They get the offload away. Inside. Off to Luke Metcalf. Boom, 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 boom. Boom! Tried someone at the post. Lukey Metcalf goes slappity booshka. Try time. Luke Metcalf for the Warriors. It is 16-12 with our kicker to come. Immediately after the half-time, the Warriors go straight on in, and they will lead 18-12 because it is right next to the post, if not under the post. We know that. Good commentary. Appreciate Mr. J. We're here for pretty much every game live. Pretty much every game live. Logan Balls says, call India Brian Kelly because it's rocks and diamonds. Yeah, but like Brian Kelly, there's probably, like, I see more diamonds than rocks. But that's just my mind. I will more so try to at least acknowledge the positives rather than focusing on the negatives. It's not about focusing on the positives and ignoring the negatives. You can't do that. It's about acknowledging the positives and acknowledging the negatives, and then trying to kind of push your side down the positive side. You're trying to lean it down that way. It's not easy to do. Like everything, like as Jay knows, when I messaged him the other night, like I went out in the streets and, you know, like a long story short, like 20 kids effectively tried to rob me. So it was, and when I say it's a wild experience, I mean, it's a wild experience. I mean, like 20 kids between the ages of 6 and 13, or 6 and 14 tried to rob me. It was, I didn't get robbed in the end, but it was something. It was something. So 18-12 here with 37 minutes to go of the game. And it's like when you think of back in Australia or New Zealand, whatever, you just start throwing kicks. You wouldn't care. There's no way that would happen in Australia. But here, I'm the only foreigner within Kilwee of where I am. I'm the only foreigner. So it was very wild. Yeah, it is wild when you're alone in another country, especially in a country like India, Jay. Especially. But I'm sure it would be wild and scary if you were in Colombia by yourself, right? For all different reasons. Like India, I wouldn't say is dangerous like that. That's dangerous. But you can do it, but it's dangerous. Here, I wouldn't say it's dangerous. You've just got to be socially aware of your surroundings. You've got to be aware of what you're doing and where you're at. You can't just walk off and do whatever. Third tackle of the Warriors at the 42 on their side of the field. They got the kick. This was 18-12 here to the Wars. Like a ball sacks. I couldn't protect myself really because I had my left hand protecting my wallet and I had my phone in my right hand. If I put my phone in my right pocket, that phone was gone. So I had to film, basically. I had to vlog as these kids were just grabbing at me everywhere. Honestly, it was something else. So yeah, it will be. There is going to be a video on BKRtravel about it. So Luke Metcalf put that ball up into the right corner where it will be grabbed by Solomon Fatape. Getting the Shaman to pray with the Titans top 8. Mate, the Shaman's a Titans fan. Don't says Dewars. Got it. Don't they just follow you everywhere asking for money? Yeah, but if you kind of tell them to get out of my face enough, they'll go away. Like, it takes a while though. Those kids didn't leave me for 400 or 500 meters. It was a long journey. But for the most part, like, you tell them no, they will go. Not everyone will though. Sometimes they'll follow you for a long time. And that could just be one, like, grown adult. They could just follow you. So first tackle now for the Warriors at the 20. Basic set there from the Tigers. And it's going to be a Lear Tower brings out to the 30. Did all the 20 kids have a third eye? No, this wasn't like a begging thing. This was like they were trying to pickpocket me thing. So this is going to be a high tackle here against the Tigers. It was actually Edward Cossey. So, oh, yeah, that's high. That's high. You can't be bending Jerome Luai because of Reed Marnie yesterday. He set the precedent. Can't be bending him. It is shoulder to the head, though. It is shoulder to the head there from Jerome Luai. Just throwing it out there. Normally, they would probably throw a bin at that. I don't think they will, though, based off of yesterday with Reed Marnie. It would be the most hypocritical thing ever to send Luai to the bin here. How many Indian kids do you think you could fight? Like, if I had my phone and wallet away from me and it was just like me, those kids I would have been able to get away from. 20 is a lot, though. Like, 20 is a lot. So, Jerome Luai on report, by the way. 20 is a lot. But they are most of them are quite small, but 20 is a lot. You're probably more so looking towards the 10, 15 marker. 20 is probably a bit much. All right, so first tackle here at the 40. Wade Egan's going to roll it back. Oh, they're going to play it again. Like, do they have a third eye on them? Don't Indians have the... Oh, let's relax. Come on, let's be a bit more respectful. So Warriors here. I thought you were talking about like people who have been maimed or stuff like that, which is a real thing. I thought you were talking more so about like people who have disabilities over here, unfortunately. So Edward Coates will come off the field for 15 minutes here for a HIA. Jay says, I like the Indian police who use them big ass sticks to disperse the crowd. Yeah. Indian police, there's something, man. There's something. So second tackle for the Warriors. I could definitely imagine what that'd be like in like situations like that. So second tackle here. And they're 20 metres away. If the Warriors score next, they could start to put a bit of a score on here. They've been clearly the better team here this second half. In the first 6-7 minutes. Jackson Ford's 14 metres away now. Off to Wade Egan. He'll go short ball. Big Bubba Bunty R4. 4 tackle. 3 metres away. 3 metres away. Wade Egan gives it out to Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford's got a hole. Sets back onto the inside. And that'll be fit tackle at the 5. I haven't been liking Jackson Ford's lines tonight. I haven't been really liking the lines. Warriors flick at the back. This is a scuffed play. Kick the ball. That was just awful on fit tackle. So Tigers ball at 13. Set and restart. Damn, that was an awful play, and it ended up being a set restart. When's the next BKRtravel video coming out? Hey, listen, I've been saying it for ages, but I'll just let you have post notifications on until it does. Like, I'm going to say tomorrow, but I've said this many times, so you won't trust me yet. So just look for your video tomorrow, though. If it's not there, then there's been a mistake. Bunty! Oh, I think he's held up. I think he's held up here. This is close. I think he's held up. Brendan says, where's the bloke that tipped Wars 12 points? So we actually found out that he tipped the Warriors to win and to score exactly 12 points. It wasn't the Warriors to win by 12. We figured out that it was to win and score exactly 12. Yeah, the ball doesn't score a touch, so it's 4 tackle. 4 tackle here for the Warriors at the 10. Sounds like Australian Western Sydney. No, it's not. This country is such a massive cultural shock. Ali Leotawa's been a machine for the Wires. Ali Leotawa, I've been calling him as a great player for a while now. It's just that he's really starting to get a bit of consistency about it now. Fifth tackle here, 4 metres away from the line. They've got Wade Egan. Fifth tackle, they're up by 6. Out the back, here's Metcalf, gives it off, and that's going to be a drop ball. Turuva could have nearly picked it up and broken away. But it will go over the sideline here, so it's going to be Tigers ball about the 15 or so. 10-15. Yeah, it was good D regardless, because Sudnu Turuva had that covered if that did get caught by the winger. He just says, what's good, Blaze? Titans got a good win. Wish I could say the same about my Sharks, but got to be grateful. Burton and Kickout were out, otherwise it would have probably gotten uglier. Not necessarily, but sure. Yeah, look, the Sharks just weren't up for that game last night. Tigers penalty, that's huge. Tigers penalty. Sharks just weren't up for that game last night. The refereeing did you no favours because there were 3 abhorrent calls against the Sharks and 4 the Dogs. But with that being said, that's what I was trying to say, is that the game was ruined because of the officials. It wasn't the Bulldogs' fault, who played well, and the Sharks never looked likely really from the start of the game either. All right, so first tackle here for the Tigers at the 50. First tackle for the Tigers at the 50, out to Lachlan Galvin. That's what I was really trying to reiterate that a lot yesterday late in the stream, because it was like we were complaining of the officials a lot, and I hate doing that. But it had to happen yesterday, but I really tried to reiterate that it wasn't the Dogs that I was angry at. Reid Marnie's an idiot, but outside of that, like, it wasn't the Dogs that we were angry at. It was the officials for ruining a game where the Dogs would have got more credit if the officials could do their job properly. They would have got more credit. So 4 tackle for the Tigers at the 25. And now Funopole, 13 metres away. 30 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Only a 6-point game. Hit that like button and subscribe. 5th tackle here for the Tigers. Here's a chance. Jerome Luai, Lachlan Galvin kicks it through. Trots over the Tigers. Solomon Fatapi. Slebby Bushka. Yeah, that been on the 80th minute pissed me right off, Jay. That got me good, that one. But Solomon Fatapi will score with the Tigers. It's 18-16 of the Warriors, but the Tigers will have a kick to come. It's been Warriors scored first, Tigers score. Warriors score second, Tigers score. Warriors score third, Tigers score. So the Tigers are just kind of, it's like a horse race right now, right? Where the two horses are at the front. One's just stalking the other, waiting for its time to pounce. And the Tigers, they could just use that slipstream any moment now because they are just waiting for their moment to pounce. The Warriors are the leader in the horse race. They're coming around the home bend. And the Tigers are looking to potentially, dart out either underneath or around the top. And you take them on the home straight. 30 minutes left to go here. And we absolutely could see that. This is a very topsy-turvy game. Bretton says that bin did carry over. He's missing a game from it. Yeah, but Sharks don't benefit from that. No, again, they didn't deserve to win, though, the Sharks. Suns' first golden point game? Maybe. It probably deserves it at this point. Azaki says who scored. I said it about 3 times, but Solomon Fatapi scored. Baby. Who? I want to know who the Titans play in the grand final. Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't really. Don't care. Titans go undefeated from me. Titans may potentially just go undefeated from me. Makes me sick, really. Makes me sick, really, to think about it, actually. That all the teams are just going to be wasting their time for the next foreseeable future. All right, so this is a tough kick here for Apiso Korowisau. Everyone's got their kicks so far. Game of the week. Probably. Yeah, I would say this was. So Korowisau from the wing. Down by 2, he will. Yes, he will. Over the black dot. The big boy goes. Boop, 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 boop. 18-18, Sunday afternoon footy. We are on for a game here, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in the chat. There is 29 minutes left here of this game. Let us know in the chat who wins from here. Will it be the Tigers or will it be the Warriors? We're going right on down to the wire. We are going right on down to the wire. For people who have missed it, Fanopole, Stafford Toa, and Solomon Fatapi have scored. Adam Pompey, Marata Niokore, and Luke Metcalf have all scored too. Jay says Tigers are back. Oh my gosh, don't encourage it. Don't encourage it. They've actually got a pretty good schedule for after this as well, I think. Damn, the Tigers nearly knocked that ball off the kickoff, but it will be first tackle for them at the 20. Warriors win by a try, Hodahoni says. Norman and Breton both saying the Tigs. Yell Tig Pies. Actually, Tigers fans, do you get annoyed when people call you Tig Pies? For people who don't understand the reference there, Tig Pies would basically be saying Balmain and West, because Balmain are the Tigers and the Western Suburbs Magpies are the West. That's why it's West Tigers, because of the merger. So when you call them Tig Pies, you're effectively calling them their merger name. So, or their name without the actual merger name of West Tigers. I wonder if that pisses Tigers fans off. 6 again here for the Tigers. Okay, here we go. A bit of momentum here for West. Bit of momentum. Balmain is better. These fans hate each other, man. Like, Tigers fans, whether they're Balmain or West, hate each other. I have a friend who's a really strong Balmain fan. He shits on Campbelltown and he shits on West every chance he gets. It's crazy to me. Same thing happens with the Illawarra and the Dragons, by the way. The Illawarra Steelers and the Dragons, obviously the ones who merged. They hate each other as well. It's every merging club just has so much disdain for each other. Jerry Mondo says, go to West Tigers, win this game home. Well, 4 tackle, they're 13 metres away. They could take their first lead of the game! That was woeful defense there from the Warriors, but the Tigers will take a lead right next to the post, and it is 22-18 with a kick to come. What a quick little bang-bang turnaround. This is turning into a higher-scoring shootout. There's still 27 minutes left here. That's a nice line, but who is the one who misses this tackle? Because that is horrible soft defense through the middle. Yeah, look how wide their defenders are. That was dreadful from the Warriors there. And they just allowed Latu Faunu, who came in because... So Latu Faunu has come in here because of the injury to who? Who did Latu... Because Latu Faunu was the 18th man. So who came out of the game? Who's not coming back into the game because of a HIA or whatever? Who came out of the game? How is Latufano on the field? Oh, Bunty. So he failed his HIA. I'm just going and scrolling through here. Is it Bunty? Dwayne ruled out before the game. Dwayne was ruled out before the game. Oh, it must have been... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, because Jack Bird did go into the centre. Yeah, you're right. So when I was going through the team list, like 5 minutes before the game started, he was still named to play. I haven't said his name yet. I just didn't notice. Oh, Bunty missed a tackle, yeah. Yeah, I didn't actually notice it the way he was out. Hadahoni Whipperada says Warriors always turn off. Long way to go here. There's 26 minutes to go of this game. There is a long way to go here. Long way to go. Damn, I tell you what, it feels weird right now that it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It feels really weird that it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon right this very second. Alrighty, so 26 minutes to go here of the game, and it's 24-18 to the Tigers. Latu's going to be the unluckiest player in the league. There's a few, but yeah, Latu, especially the Tigers, he would be, it is quite frustrating that he can't get a starting spot on the team because they've got Luai and Lachlan Galvin. Alright, so that's the first time the Tigers take the lead, by the way. Norman says 6:30 in PNG. So obviously I'm usually on the Gold Coast in Australia, but I'm in India for 3 months. So that's why my time is completely different to everyone else's. So first tackle here for the Tigers, and they're at the 20. Oh, good defense here for the Warriors, and they're bringing them back inside the 20 to about 19 now. Well, yeah, deja vu kickoff, agree. But Tigers in front. Howe only went to the kitchen and back. Yeah, they scored 2 quick tries after the Warriors scored. Brett says, while we're all getting ready for dinner, you're having lunch. I had Subway just before I jumped on here. I jumped in an auto and went down. Auto was tuk-tuk. So 4 tackle, and Cotaway South for a 40-20 attempt here. Oh, it's going to be a 40-33 or so. It was close enough. Plus the silver on the bench. I'm just going to grab another Coke Zero here from the fridge. There's still 25 minutes left here. Tigers have scored back-to-back. Jeez, that was close. That would have been huge. So the momentum is definitely with the Tigers right now. The Warriors have to settle this game down. They're only down by 6 points. There's still 25. There's still a whole bucket load of time to play. A whole bucket load. Whole bucket load of time to play. But do they have the tenacity to bring over the line? To be fair, they were down against the Roosters with 15 minutes to go last week and came back and won. But then again, was that the Roosters? Because the Roosters lost the exact same way as they did to the Tigers. To the Titans, sorry. Roosters lost the same way they did to the Warriors as the Titans. Up by a bit going into the final 15, and then just threw away a couple of tries late. And then Mitchell Barnett loses the ball. It's Tigers' ball here at the 40. Luai kicks it through. No, it's going to be just Tigers' ball at the 40. Did you bring pretty much all of your clothes? No. I brought like 4 shirts and like 3 pants. That's why I'm buying more stuff while I'm over here. That was my plan all along. Our clothes don't really suit 3 months being over here. Chase, did they have satay chicken at Subway over there? They took it off the Aussie menu back in the early 2000s. No, they have like chicken teriyaki and BMT, but with chicken. Like it's all chicken over here because obviously it's either Hindu or Muslim, and most Hindus are vegetarians, and obviously Muslims don't eat pork, but also Hindus worship cow, so you can't have the beef. So first tackle now, and now second for the Tigers at the 28. Warriors are just not as big after half-time team on average. Yeah, I agree. To be fair, it wasn't a massive blowout. Oh, yeah, it was. It was 30-0 at half-time in our game. Third tackle for the Tigers at the 20. Could they run over the top of them here? Could they run over the top of them? Api Kotoi Sao. They did well in the first half to keep it to a 12-12, so it wouldn't surprise me if they came over the top of them here. Kotoi Sao, short ball. That should be a try. Terrell May. Wow. I don't know if he got... Did he get that down? He's celebrating this. They've called try, Tigers. Underneath the post. I didn't know that he actually got that down. Like, the Warriors were doing okay-ish. Warriors are just throwing this game away right now. Terrell May, I want to just make sure that he puts his ball down, but the referee's confident, and so is he. I just need to watch this replay again here. So Kotoi Sau then gives it to Terrell May. Let's make sure he puts this down. Oh, no, he's lost it. No, he's lost it. He's lost it. I knew it. They were all confident, but he's definitely lost that. So it's going to be Warriors ball here. Yes, Undo, he's a liar. He's got his pants on fire there. The pants are on fire. 20 years ago, he would have got away with it. Nowadays, you don't get away with that, unfortunately. So no try to the Tigers. It'll be Warriors ball at the 20. Because it's over the line, so it'll be Warriors ball at the 20. War Crimes Wise need a kicker if they want to compete. You can't go up in fours and expect to win. They haven't missed a kick all day, War Crimes. It's 24-18. No one's missed a kick out of both teams. The comment doesn't make sense today. They've made all of their conversions. Luke Metcalf has made all of them. So they've all been close to the post, but in the same sense, like that comment doesn't make any sense today. First tackle now second. Mitchell Barnett at the 40 on their own side of the field. They would love a 6 against / penalty. Tigers always clutch second half. Well, I was saying this before. They are a very... not all... Let's relax on the word always. They've won 3 spoons in a row. But this year, they've been very good in the second halves, yeah. So Edward Cozy passes HIA so he can come back. It's 4 tackle at the 40. I don't know why they're going to kick it on 4 tackle, but sure. Makes no sense that they kick that. The ball goes back there. It's 4 tackle! Why do you feel the need to kick it like that again? Why is Kurt Capewell kicking that again? You caught the ball, great. You got to the 20. You would have had another kick if you had just gone down with it. Yeah, just dive straight on it. You still had another tackle. So Warriors now will bring it back with the Tigers back here to the 30. It's only 6 points. You don't need to stress, Warriors. It is only 6 points. It is 1 converted try, the difference. Third tackle, Kotoi Sau. He's going to go for a quick little scoot for you. 20. Is that got the angle? Doesn't have the angle on it. Good kick though, regardless. And it's going to be, had to be brought back by Kossi. Edward Kossi gives it off to Nickel Klukstad and he'll be at the 13. Let's see, that's what happens when you leave Cronulla, Capewell, honestly. I don't think anyone's thinking of Capewell Cronulla's days. They're thinking either Panthers, they're thinking Broncos, and now they're thinking Warriors. Kurt Capewell only played like a year or 2 at the Sharks, didn't he? Maybe 1 year at max, maybe 2 years at max, but I would lean with just the 1. How many years did he play there? Third tackle here for the Warriors at the 30. Just no X factor at the moment. There's just no X factor getting them over it. Penalty! Wow, that is so needed for the Warriors. Damn, that is so needed for the Warriors. Was it only 1 year, Lizzie? I don't think that's a penalty either, Sundo, but they need it. So, here we go. Oh, it's a rough call. It's a rough call against the Tigers, that. I think the referee's been fine so far. But, like, it is a danger. Oh, I don't think it's a penalty, man. He's just going down low at the legs. Like, I'm sorry. That shouldn't be a penalty. That shouldn't be. Yeah, Capewell originally played at the Sharks before he went to the Panthers and then the Bronx, then over to the Wires. All right, so 20 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. The Warriors down by 6 with the ball 40 metres out here from the Tigers line. First tackle. Just getting around the Tigers. I just don't understand how that was a pen. I don't know what you want Latufanu to do in that situation. You tell them to go the legs, not the head. You tell them to go as low as possible, not up around the shoulders. And then you penalise the bloke for going around the ankles. He's powerful, the Panthers. His best days were at the Panthers. Oh, Terrell May, here's a bit of a biffo. Here's a little bit of a biffo. Throw one. Throw one, you cats. Throw one. Give him an us. Give him an us. Terrell May and Sione Fainu having a bit of a us there. No, Terrell May and Sione Fainu. Terrell May and Leka Halasima going for a little bit of an us. Leka Halasima has been called out here. They're not binning. Action that rope. Okay, that's good call. That's good work by the referee to give him a bit of a warning. And now Appy and Terrell May's coming out. There's no way Terrell gets binned either. It's just going to be a penalty. It's just a penalty to the Warriors here. Oh, 6 again. Sorry, not penalty. 6 again. Shoulder charge, his leg's not on. Well, apparently that's better than Reed Marnie's shoulder charge from the head last night. All right, so it is a penalty they've called. They have called a penalty. I don't think that should be a penalty. Like 6 again, sure, whatever. Okay, so Warriors ball here, 10 metres out. They've got a whole fresh set of 6, 10 metres away from the line. Go, Aaron Clark. Go, Wes. I don't know why it's a penalty otherwise, said Watson. 6 again makes sense, but a penalty doesn't make sense. Like, if it was a 2-point game, you'd be flipping out if you're a Tigers fan there. But the 6 again was absolutely right. Just not the penalty. Second tackle now, 3 metres away from the line. Second tackle, Wade Egan gives it to Aaron Clark. Aaron Clark to Luke Metcalf. Crunched down at the 10. Good defense there from Jerome Luai. Oh, that's 6 again. Luai, what are you doing, dude? You had the tackle made. I don't know what he's doing. Fisher Harris is 4 metres away from the line. Second tackle. The whole of New Zealand trying to will him across the line here. Wade Egan out to Aaron Clark. He steps. He goes. He scored from there before, even though he had 5 plays on him against the Broncos last year. He still found a way to get 10 post-contact meters and drop down for a try. But he goes out to the left. Metcalf. Here's a chance. Here's a chance. Warriors will slip over. And Edward Cozy taking up the 5. If he doesn't slip over, he scores. If he doesn't slip over, he scored there. But the wet weather is slapping it down. Off to Mitchell Barnett. And Barnett to the 15. Then to the 11. 5th tackle. Close game here. Wade Egan, Aaron Clark, off to Luke Metcalf. Out the back again. They've got a try. That's a try. That's a try. That's a try. That's a try. Oh! Oh! This is a try for the Warriors in the end. He's throwing the ball back onto the inside. I think this is a try. Well done to the defense of the Tigers here to take him nearly over the sideline, but I think he throws the ball back onto the inside, and then I think it gets kicked over, and then you're going to see, I think, Nickel Klokstad score. They're going to say no try here for the bunker, but I think this might be a try. I think he throws his ball back as long as he's in. Yeah, it's back. Oh, Nickel Klokstad might be offside, but he comes back. He does go back behind the player. Yeah, I think he's offside here. But yeah, he's within 10 metres. So if he was not within 10 metres, he actually comes back on side and then gets back on. But because he's within 10 metres, it's a penalty. It's off the Tigers anyway, no. So it came off the Warriors player, which is why it's going to be a penalty here. But, so yeah, CNK does get run on, but because he's within the 10 metres, that's why it's a penalty. If CNK had come from 15 metres away, that try would have actually been completely fine. But he's like 5 metres away from the ball there. So there we go. Great stuff. I think I need to grab something to eat. Well, there's 18 minutes to go here, and we're in a really close game. So I think you might have to wait for the 18 minutes here. You might have to wait. At BKRtravel out. Tigers second tackle at the 33. Will James, Galvin and Luai looking very good at the moment. Yeah, they're doing their job. They're absolutely doing their job in this game. You definitely can't complain with what they're doing. It's off the Tigers anyway. No, but at the end of the day, not played at, but I guess if he played at that, no, because when it comes into contact with the Tiger, Nickel Klokstad would have still been within the 10, so it would have been classed as he's still within the area. He still would have been there, so it would have still been a penalty. 5th tackle at the halfway point. We've missed Walker in our link-up, as in Dylan Walker. I feel like your halves just aren't getting the job done for me, which was the big worry before the season started. Nickel Klokstad crunched down there by Tunya Torova. You got to argue that's nearly a penalty against Toa. All good run here by Edward Corsi to the 30. 112 on the bench. I'm in luck right now. What? And also, what do they just boo? Tigers fans appealing what? Knock on or something? I don't know what just happened. Aaron Clark with a great offload, but no one was there for the follow-up. Fisher Harris now, he's just going to run this ball straight up to the 50. Good run there. Will James says, Benji Marshall will be happy how his team is looking. Well, it is a very good game. Barnett crunch. He's having a rough one, dude. Barnett's having a rough one. That's a great tackle there for the Tigers. Is that Luai? I think it is. Jerome Luai. He's been great defensively today. No, Daly did not get booed. Daly did not. Barnett comes down, and then, yeah, good tackle from Luai, dude. Great tackle. Starting to get a lot more respect for Luai. Well, Luai's putting in the hard yards here. He's putting in the hard yards in this game. Putting in the hard yards. Smacklebots that I told the Tigers. Firstly, the I told you thing is absolutely nonsense. But secondly, I never said that the Tigers couldn't win this game. I said this is an absolute 50-50. It is absolutely still 50-50. The I told you so is dribble because there's still 15 minutes to go here. And at the end of the day, I said that I thought that the Tigers were going to win coming into this game. And then I had a gut feeling that the Warriors, when we were doing our review. But at the end of the day, why is it the Tigers fans are so desperate to hate on people online? At no point have I showed any hate or dislike towards this Tigers team today. It's baffling. You're making your club unlikable, man. Your Tigers fans are making your club unlikable by the fact that if someone doesn't suck your team off, it's like that we're the villain in the whole thing. At the end of the day, I said this was as 50-50 as 50-50 can get. And coming into the stream, I was going to tip the Tigers. Honestly, people like you make your club unlikable. People like you make your club unlikable because I like the Tigers and their fans, but you're making your club unlikable. Truly, it's not just one person. Multiple Tigers fans come in over multiple streams and they send hate just because you don't circle jerk their team 24/7. It's absurd. Good work there by the Tigers, and the Warriors will get taken down to the in goal. It's going to be a dropout from the Wars. BK, who you think going good? Luai's having a fantastic game. Galvin's been solid. For the Warriors, there's not really been a standout for the Warriors specifically. Go to the Warriors here. Metcalf's made 94 metres from 12 runs, though, which is actually really good. 128 metres from Jackson Ford. He's actually made a lot of metres, but he's just been doing some weird runs and whatnot. Warriors go short, but the Tigers grab this ball at the 15. My score! Oh, so close. 5 minutes away from the line. Just missed half the game because my mate got bogged and had to pull him out. Oh, jeez. 6 again for the Tigers. They could... It's not game over, but they could nearly make it game over by scoring and convert a try here. Sharks fans would never. Sharks fans have their own kind of breed as well. So it's going to be first tackle now. And now they'll be 5 metres away from the line. Jay, you can give him my answer. So they'll be short here. Fanor Pole, 3 metres away from the line. Third tackle. Fisher Harris is... I'll tell you his stats in a second. He hasn't really lit the world up. Oh, that's absolutely horrific defense. Oh, the bunkers can get involved here. I thought that was just a blatant try. They've said no try. See if he runs at the outside shoulder and... Okay, so apparently there's an obstruction here. I wasn't looking at that. I'm looking at the centre here. Who's the centre there that just got caught out big time? Safar. No, that's not Safar running through as a decoy. Here we go. And that's going to be no try. Yeah, it's going to be an obstruction there, unfortunately. But also, I'm sorry, but that centre there, is that... That's not Leah Tower, is it? It's going to be no try. It's going to be a penalty here to the Warriors, but also... It might have been Edward Kosi who's playing centre in that situation. So Fisher Harris has got 8 runs for 73 metres with 23 post contact, 2 tackle breaks, 35 tackles, 1 miss. So defensively solid, but attacking wise not so much. And this is what we were saying. Fisher Harris is not an attacking prop. He's not. I think it was Edward Kosi, Jared Ford. I think it was. Alright, here we go. First tackle here. Mitchell Barnett will get taken out to the 40 on second tackle. It's a good game here. Good game in tough conditions. It was Ali. But it looked... I thought he had the number 5 on his back. So at the halfway point, Wade Egan, Aaron Clark. And now he's going to be 38 metres away here from the line. And was now 20 metres away. Jesus, so close. Fit tackle. 15 metres away from the line for the Warriors. Can they tie it up? Wade Egan gives it off. And they kick it through. Drop out. Woohoo! Drop out here from the Tigers to the Wars. You're going to have to earn this one the hard way, Tigers fans. It is 24-18 with 12 to go. Olivia Reed with the $8 Redo donation says, this is interesting. Watching with wide eyes. Another day, another donor. Appreciate you for the another day, another donor, Olivia. Yeah, no, very interesting game here. The Tigers are challenging this. I think they're saying the Warriors push from the back, which they may have a case for. Yeah, may have a case for here, but thank you very much for the $8 Redo donation. So it's onside. Catewell coming in. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Kurt Catewell, that's ridiculous. There was no need for that from Kurt Catewell at all. That is a penalty. Blissy says, really hope they get in the golden point. Would be lovely. Would be great to see. There's still 12 minutes left here, but it will be a penalty to the Tigers. That was just such a boneheaded play there from Kurt Catewell. It's the correct call. It's a correct call. David says, cool game with either lying or a 38-year-old midget. Jeez. Yeah, very dumb from Catewell because the tackle could have been easily made for sure. Tackle could have been easily made for sure. But all right, here we go. So first tackle now for the Tigers. Hold on. Yeah, Block was saying the same thing, and we don't usually agree with him much. The pushing of the play just then was ridiculous. Adam Masters was playing the stream through my cowshed speakers while I'm milking tonight. Was good. Okay. was going good to Blaze screamed and sent me cows running for their lives. What have I always told you guys? Listen to me on full volume at your own peril. All right, out to the Waz Dream. Buller! Full tackle at the 45. Great run from him, though. Christian Gates says, you can already tell Tigers are a way better team this year. Fringe top 8 team, maybe. I've got them around that 11 area, but I definitely have them massively improved. Fit tackle now at the 35. They go right to Lachlan Galvin, and Galvin puts that ball up into the air. Oh, good take there in the end. Good take. Good take. Milking his cows, nothing sus, no over here. No. All power to him. Second tackle here. 10 minutes to go of the game, guys. Still only a 6-point game Tigers way. Hit that like button and subscribe. It's funny because the Warriors scored first and then the Tigers scored to tie it up. And the Warriors scored again and then the Tigers scored to tie it up. And the Warriors scored again and then the Tigers scored to tie it up. And then now the Tigers lead, but the Warriors are away down the wing at the 40, at the 50. He's still going at the 30, the 25. He steps back on the inside. He steps again. The Warriors are going to score! Woo! The Warriors are going to score from a brilliant play there for Leka Halasima. Whoa, Leka Halasima will make it 24-22 with a kick to come. Where's the I told you so now, big boy? Junior Tupai says, watching the game and getting high. Okay. Well, welcome to Mr. Getting High right now. Up to Waz. Well, you've just scored, mate, and you've made it a 24-22 game. Halasima, he steps back onto the inside, gets away from Buller, and then I think it was Jack Bird who got done over there as he was trying to get back as well, but Halasima will go down and score. Is it a guaranteed kick? It should be for most kickers, but the Warriors always leave you concerned with their conversion kicking game. They are 3 from 3 so far today, so you shouldn't really be too worried, but this is probably it's not that far wide, but it's just the Warriors always leave you a little bit how you're going when it comes to the conversion game. Wow, Halasima shushed the crowd. Damn, okay. Seb Watson says, Buller shows him the touchline, lets him comes back inside. That's so bad. Well, Buller, it's a tough tackle for Buller to make against a big boy in like a Halasima. I think Jack Bird probably should have done a bit of a better job considering that Buller at least stopped him in his tracks where he didn't go down and back himself. He at least stopped him to come back onto the inside where Jack Bird should have been following through with the cutoff and cut him off beforehand. So I do look at Jack Bird a bit there, but look, I get where you're coming from. All right, so here we go. Metcalf, can you tie the game up at 24-24 with 9 minutes to go of the game? Luke Metcalf will make the kick. Okay, we're on. We're on here, 24-24 with 9 minutes to go. As 50-50 as 50-50 can get, there we have it. The Tigers can win. The Warriors can win. Anyone can win. We might have a field goal, but it's wet weather conditions. For the Warriors, you're probably, looking towards Harris Tavita or Metcalf maybe. For the Tigers, you'd definitely be looking towards Jerome Luai. Galvin can kick one too. Luai obviously has kicked a couple for Samoa and has he kicked many for Panthers? I don't know. This is going to be an interesting finish, or maybe we just see a try. Maybe we see a penalty. I don't know. Let us know in the chat right now. Get in the comments. Tell us who you think wins from here. Tigers, let's do it, Aussie Bird says. There you go. Who do you think can get the wooden spoon? Only been 4 rounds in. Right now, it's looking like the Eels. Right now, it looks like a nearly guaranteed bowl that it's the Eels. Maybe they improve when Mitchell Moses comes back, but I think they need a lot more than Mitchell Moses right now. Greg Munson, do the Warriors have the experience to win? They've got Fisher Harris, which is experience. The Tigers have Luai. They have Apisai Koroisau. But outside of that, like for the Warriors, like they don't really have that proven experience winners like you would see with the Tigers with Luai and Koroisau and whatnot. So you got Warriors hit the 4th tackle at the 50, but it's not like a massive difference. But the 3 Panthers, the ex-Panthers, are the ones we're looking at here. So 5th tackle for the Warriors, 38 metres away, 8 minutes to go here of the game. Would love to see the cat Luai cry. Well, Olivia, Luai's actually been really good today. Chance Newell Clockstad, I guarantee you, is milking this. Whether he gets hit or high or not, I didn't actually see it. But I also believe he's more than likely milking this to get a penalty because it's right in front of the sticks with 8 minutes to go. Here we go. Let's watch this. And it's going to be a high tackle. You watch. They're going to call this. It's going to be a penalty. They'll take the 2. Shoulder to the face. If Luai got penalised, you got to penalise Safar. So it's a penalty. This will be a penalty. This should be a penalty. They're right in front. Yep, this is going to be a penalty. So it's right in front from about 35 metres out. You take the 2 every day of the week here. You'd be silly not to. Like, I think he's milking that. I do. You look at it again, and I don't think that shoulder-to-face contact is heavy. So I do think that Chance can absolutely handle that. It's actually from 40 metres on the dot out. Like, literally on the 40-metre line out, directly in front. I don't think this is impacting Chance as much as he's making it out, but he is correct to milk it because of the fact that it is a high tackle in the end of the day. So it's like the call is still there. The call is still there. It's just that he's milked to get that. You can complain about it, but at the end of the day, the call is correct. Can't wait to see this on Terrell May YouTube channel. Fair enough. Does he do YouTube, does he? So Luke Metcalf from right in front. He's 4 from 4 tonight. You'd be happy with that if you're a Warriors fan. Will James says the Bulldogs have been good so far. And can you imagine when Birdo kicks and Carraz comes back? Yes, absolutely. They were good last night. There's a long way to go in this season, but yes. There's a long way to go in this season. And the Sharks were never up for that. The refereeing was awful yesterday for the Dogs, though. But they were the better team in the end. They will get it. 26-24 to the Warriors with 7 minutes to go here in the game. Here we go. Cruz Jacobs says the Warriors need a field goal. No, they don't, because they lead 26-24 with 7 minutes to go. 26-24 with 7 minutes to go. Greg Martin says C&K runs into Seyfarth's shoulder. What is Seyfarth meant to do? Nah, you can't tell me that's not a penalty. Like, I get where you're coming from as a Tigers fan. I get where you're coming from. But it is still a penalty based on the fact that there is shoulder to head contact. It gets called everywhere. It gets called every day of the week. So if they haven't against the Tigers in a situation like this, you'd be calling for the same. So I understand the frustrations because, I don't think Seyfarth has intentionally put his shoulder into the face, but the shoulder has come into contact with the face. That means he's tackling too high in the letter of the law. He's tackling too high in the letter of the law is what that argument would be. Second tackle here for the Warriors at the 22. It's a very good game. I'm eating Macca's and watching this game at the moment. Yeah, it is a great game right now. I'm never eating Macca's again here in India after I got really sick from it. Third tackle now at 32. The game's too technical now. Well, this has been a great game. So cool. We've had a couple of technical calls. Game's been a great game. It's rugby league. It's rugby league. Fifth tackle here for the Warriors at the 44. And you've got to think of it. Warriors scored, Tigers scored. Warriors scored, Tigers scored. Warriors scored, Tigers scored. Tigers scored. Warriors scored. Warriors scored. It's just been all over the shop. This has been an awesome game. Damn, Fa'atape has caught all of these balls, but every single one of them looks like he's going to lose it. That's an awful run from Luai. Second tackle now at the 7. You just got to run that ball hard, man. You can't be looking for a little bit of a dilly-daddle in your own 10. Third tackle of the Tigers, the 15. The Warriors are starting to get a bit of momentum right now. 6.5 minutes to go here of the game. Luai to kick a 2-point field goal. In these conditions, that would be incredibly impressive. That would be very impressive to kick a 2-point field goal in these conditions. Offload from Kotowisau is a great run. Terrell May gets his ball hit to the 40. That was actually Stafford Toa, sorry, not Terrell May. They give it out to Lachlan Galvin. Galvin over the top here. The Tigers are way nearly through it on the sideline. It's still fit tackle. Tigers can get taken back. He can't get the ball away. Well done, Waz. Well done, Waz. 26-24 with 6 minutes to go here of the game. Can't hear no told you so from Big Fella in the chat at the moment. Even though I never said I didn't think the Tigers would win this game, I absolutely came in thinking the Tigers would win, but my gut feeling told me Warriors, and right now the gut feeling is right, but there's 6 minutes to go, and I would be completely okay if the Tigers found a way to win this, because whoever wins this game ultimately deserves to win the game. But the Tigers have shown enough, and this is the thing for Tigers fans this year. It isn't necessarily about results. It is about showing enough and competing to get away from the bottom of the table and then pushing over the next couple of years. It's not about winning the comp this year. You can't expect too greatly this year. You just got to expect to be better and then to push further in up the ladder over the next couple of years. Warriors now 5 metres away from the line. You should be happy with your first 4 games because it's shown enough that you're not going to come last. I don't think you're a top 8, but I think it's shown enough that you're not going to come top to last by any means. There's way worse teams than the Tigers. Out of the right-hand side, they're not going to back himself. Back into the inside, though, for Tane Torpiki. 5 metres away here from the line. Fit tackle. Fit tackle now for the Warriors. Wade Egan gets it out the back now to Metcalf. Metcalf kicks it up here. Here's a chance. Wise knock it back. Oh, Catewell flicks it out the back again. They're still going. Fisher Harris on 5th. He flicks it to Aaron Clark. Aaron Clark goes back to the left. He's 10 metres away. He'll break through. Goes! Goes 3 metres out. Jeez, that's my boy. I wanted to score. That would have been awesome. But it will be. Warriors taken down 3 metres away. Do you consider the 2-point field goal if you can get into range? I just don't know in wet weather conditions. 3 minutes to go here of the game. It is 26-24 here to the Warriors. It will be a massive win for whoever can win this game because they will go up the table into... Warriors will go into 6th position with a win. Tigers will kick it through! It kicks out of the 30, the 40. There's a chance if he picks it up and he picks it up. No, you... God help my soul watching that from the Tigers. Oh, it was such a good kick. No. Why has he done that? Dude, pick the ball up. You're in a situation... Dude. Pick the ball up, dude. Like, it's a hit, make or break play, but it was like second tackle. Luai was doing a throwaway kick and it worked. The kick worked from Luai. All you had to do was pick the ball up and get tackled at the 50. You still got 3 or 4 tackles, but you're within range for 40-20. Not 40-20, a 40-point 2-point field goal, 40-meter 2-point field goal. If you just pick the ball up, dude, like that's really poor there. Welcome to the Titansville Fan Sport. So it's going to be third tackle here, 40 metres away from the line, 2 minutes left. A try seals it. Whoever scores next for me wins. Whoever scores next for me wins this game. There's 2 minutes left. Aaron Clark, and I'm talking about even a penalty. I think the Tigers probably go over the line if they could tie it up, especially being at home. So I am saying whoever scores next wins this game. Hope Luai doesn't cook. Well, cook. Luai was good. That wasn't Luai's problem. He's been good today. Luai has been good today. There's nothing wrong with what Jerome Luai has done. Isaiah says he's got the ball. Warriors have the ball 18 metres out. So 5th tackle. They off to Luke Metcalf. Gives it out to Nickel Klukstad. They're taking on 5th. This will be the last set for the Tigers right now. This right now is the last set. They've got to go 90 metres to get the try and take the lead, or 50 metres to get within range of a 2-point field goal to tie it up, or maybe they get a penalty. A minute 32 left. First tackle here for the Tigers. They need to throw everything at it. They need to throw everything at this set. Jack Bird at the 15. Thumbs up and subscribe, guys. We're live pretty much every single game. Tigers go to the right-hand side off to Fanor Bole. Bole gets his ball to the 25. Everyone's got to be tired in these conditions. Luai flicks the ball across here. They flick it out. They've got numbers. Oh, he should have passed that ball. Safe fast. If you pass the ball out to the right, the Tigers would have had numbers. Second tackle here. 1 minute and 7 seconds left here of the game. Appy Psychotowy South. He'll get this ball to Terrell May. Terrell May at the back again to Dream Buller. This is a bit awful here for the Tigers. They get taken down to 20. 1 minute to go. You need a penalty or get out of the 40 and get a 6 again any moment. Now, Galvin kicks the ball over the top of you. Donnarumma! Donnarumma! Oh, Oh, he's taking it at the 45. They've got a chance, though. 4 tackle at the 45. This is actually on here. 4 tackle at the 45. It was nearly a 2-on-1. Oh, no, it's very Tigers. Oh, my God. The Warriors are going to win the game. I can't believe what I just witnessed from the West Balmain Magpie Tigers. That will do me. That will do me what I've just witnessed. If there was ever something to lose a game for the Tigers, that is it. That was it right there. How can you not have a man pick the ball up? How can you play the ball and not have someone ready to take it? The Warriors will win 26-24. Like, well done to the Wars. Like, they'll win the game. I want to also say well done to the Tigers because you've shown that you've got a bit of something about you right now. We've got someone saying just turn my dollar into $2.24, which is just insanity to me in the chat. But that is absolutely absurd. So the Warriors again win 26-24. For people who don't know what just happened and why I had an aneurysm, the Tigers made a brilliant kick play out to Sunil Tadorova down the right-hand side. They were away. Got taken out at the 45 because he couldn't get the ball back on the inside for the 2-on-1 play. He gets tackled. He gets up. You would expect that one of the 12 other players on the field is going to go in at the play the ball. You're going to pick it up as the dummy half and you're going to pass it. Someone's going to be there because you're all meant to be fired up, flying down the field because you've got the momentum right now and you need to score. No, not a single one of the other 12 Tigers players is there and the Warriors just waltz around, pick the ball up and it's game over. That, my friends, is the Tigers. But with that being said, the positive for the Tigers is they gave it a damn well crack. They gave it a crack. I think, man, that like... It's a way to lose a game, but at least you gave it a crack overall. New Zealand Warriors says he has a cheeseburger. John C. Okay, I don't know what that means. Jared Ford, thanks for the call, cars. Happy travels. Appreciate you, man. I'll be in Jaipur for the next week, so you'll see a whole different background next week. I'm in Agra. I leave tomorrow morning. I was at the Taj this morning. And then tomorrow I'm off to Jaipur, which is about 4 or 5 hours away from here. So there'll be a whole different background next week. But yeah, no, it's been a big weekend, man. Big weekend. New Zealand Warriors is up the Waz. Patrick Weston said up the Wahoo. Up the Wahoo? Up the Waha? The Wahoo? Gee whiz. I don't know what you Warriors fans are doing over there. I get the Waz, but up the Wahoo? I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything up the Wahoo, champion. Leone says up the Waz. Way to go. Patrick says, yeah, man, well called. Appreciate you, brother. Condor says, robbed. No way that was a penalty. No, Condor, it is. It is. And I'm going to sit here and explain it. So I understand your frustration because it is soft, but it is shoulder to the face contact. So unfortunately, I think Chance has milked it, but the call is still there. This is what I was arguing with the Bulldogs yesterday, right? The call is still there. So regardless if you think he milked the penalty is still justified from it. If that happened to the Tigers, you would be saying the same thing. So as a non-biased, neutral fan of this game who just wanted a good game and got that, and I said it was 50-50, I said the Tigers could win, I said the Warriors could win, but I took my gut feeling of the Warriors and they won. Unfortunately for the Tigers, that is a penalty based on the fact that it is contact to the head. You can call it soft all you like, and you wouldn't be wrong about it. You would be right to call that soft, but it is a penalty for high contact. So again, get your frustration, but the Warriors justifiably did get a penalty there. And it's interesting because I said this a couple of times so far in this stream. Warriors scored, Tigers scored. Warriors scored, Tigers scored. Warriors scored, Tigers scored, Tigers scored, Warriors. So it was a very back and forth game. Where does that put us on the ladder, Blaze? Adam Smart says, so the Warriors will go from 10th position to 6 points. They've got 4 points now. They go up to 6. Which is equal with the Knights, Rabbitohs, Titans, Storm, Broncos, and Manly. The Warriors' points differential is +6. They won by 2, so they're +8. So they will go to 6th position just below the Titans. So the Titans are +22. They'll be next on +8. Then the Rabbitohs are 7th with -2. The Knights are 8th with -4. And the Tigers drop out of the 8 into 9th position with +34. So... hey, listen, as a Titans fan, I also got to congratulate and appreciate the Warriors fans because if the Tigers had won, we would have dropped down to 6th. But now we stay in 5th this week, so the ladder doesn't matter. But I'm going to celebrate as long as we can, just like everybody else does. Mr. Mojo said it's our year. Well, who do the Warriors play next week? Lot to prove for the Warriors still. But who do the Warriors play next week? The Warriors next week will have the bye. You got the bye next week. Okay, that's a big win for you. The bye. So next week the Warriors will go to 8 points. So they just got to hope that Manly, Broncos, Storm, Titans, Knights and Rabbits all lose. Specifically Titans, Storm, Broncos, Manly, who'll be above them. But the Warriors have the bye next week. Titans have the Dolphins. If we lose that game, I'm going to throw up. I throw up. And then who do you play in your first game back after the bye round 6? You take on the Storm in Melbourne. Good luck. Oh, damn. Okay, Warriors have got a very tough game coming up. So that was a really necessary win for the Warriors just then. That was a really... Oh, you got a couple of tough games. You play the Storm in Melbourne, and then you play the Broncos in New Zealand, but still, Broncos is a tough team. And then you play the Knights over there in Christchurch. So you got the bye, and then 2 really difficult games. So the Warriors have got a little bit of a schedule ahead of them. Connor says, milking a penalty is fabrication and cheating. Incorrect. Milking a penalty is basing it off of the penalty. So if you're getting high tackled, but the referee hasn't called it, but you believe you've been high tackled, at the end of the day, you have been high tackled, right? So you saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not, you literally saw the shoulder come into contact with his face, did you not? So if you saw the shoulder come directly into contact with the face, then unfortunately, no matter the severity, based off of the rules and the black and white letter of the law that the NRL claim to adjudicate by, which I disagree with and I don't think they do, but that's what they argue, his shoulder comes into contact with the face, so it is the correct call. Again, I understand the frustration, as soft as it may be, it is the correct call. It is. And I would say this to you if it was the Titans, just like I said that I think that David Fifita probably should have been penalised at halftime, but he wasn't. Not that changes the result of the game. This was a more important, crucial call, but nonetheless, it is the correct call. Kane says, good game. Thanks for the call, G. Appreciate you, brother. Braves, last year's Storm try against us was a heartbreaker. Yeah, it was. And Titans easy win next week. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here for now. I will actually, fun fact for you guys, you're going to get a tipping video this week. You will get a tipping video this week. So definitely keep an eye out for that one on Tuesday. I appreciate you as always. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Definitely check out BKRtravel tomorrow. You will enjoy it over there on the other YouTube. And what a game. Really, really fun game, this one. Tigers don't drop off much at all, by the way. I think they just go down to 9th. They don't go below the Sharkies, so you don't have too much to worry about their Tigers. And, a lot of footy to play this season. And you're proving some doubters wrong, man. But all right, I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.